Yeah. BetUS, if you want to bet, use that link and sign up for it. You'll make us some money and make yourself some money. But, come on.
But if you're going to bet responsibly.
Then just lose your shirt. Fuck it.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, monetize. Oh.
Fucking who cares?
You
know what?
Your shirt, which the Bears have done consistently.
Talking of shirt.
I'm going to be honest here, guys. I've sat and pontificated this for a couple of days now, and I'm just like, how am I going to come on this show and have fun tonight? And the only way that it came to mind, the only reason that we're going to have fun tonight is because of you two guys and Carl. PJ is without us tonight, and all you guys in chat, because there is nothing, and I mean to talk about with this Bears team. We get to get finale'd off with another loss to the Packers. Yay! So this show is going to be like 25% Bears talk and 75% pontification. How about that for a Thursday night? Happy fucking New Year, everyone!
Yes, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
No super chats? God, there's no super chats yet. It's already been like 2.5 minutes and there's no super chats. What's going on here? You guys have failed us. All right, that's it. End the show, Carl.
Yep.
I was waiting for the ender.
I'm not even going to get into that. I have zero thought.
Perfect.
That's what I was looking for. Thank you.
We out.
We are down at PJ tonight. I wish I was down at BJ tonight, but that already happened earlier. Thank God my wife is... My wife feels sorry for me. She's like, I'm getting BJ's again. What's up, Patty? Lara? Let's get to chat before we get into this, because tonight our guest is JasonUKBear, who flew all the damn way in from England to watch 2 losses. Jason, great to see you. Foster, great to see you. We'll get to you 2 fucks in a second. What? No super chats? Carl's having a lot of fun tonight. He hasn't produced a show in 2 weeks. All right. First off, chat. Plank. What is good? We're Plank.
Plank says, "Here's your damn super chat."
We are not only honored to have you here tonight with us, Plank, but you donated us $2 in super chat, and we want to thank you so much. Here's your damn super chat. Thank you, Plank.
Plankster's a fixer, man. He's a guy who remedies stuff, I think. He's all over the place, man. You can go on 10 out of 12 Bear shows. You'll see him on the show making a comment.
And he's always a good sport, and every one of them, man. Good friends. Got to have you on the show. We'll do a special show just to have you on, because I know our times don't align, Plank. But we'd love to have you on.
Did you guys celebrate the New Year with any exotic drinks?
Yeah.
Me myself, I had a couple glasses of Zach's Chardonnay. I figured if he treated the Bears, he could treat me. So I had some egg rolls, some Tin Pan Dog, and a couple glasses of Zach's Chardonnay to go.
Zach Charbonnet. I heard that's
I have some egg rolls, some Tin Pan Dong, and
you got to get some Zach Charbonnet, man. It's a good fine white Zinfandel.
It apparently is, because we heard it all night long during the game on Thursday, didn't we? They just kept talking about this new wine, Charbonnet. Fucking annoying.
He certainly popped the cork against the Bears. He ran for 60, 70 yards on us. And that's a second stringer, man. They ran their second, third stringer on us. I know they didn't score a lot of points, but they sure got some yards. Stinking bastards.
Let's hit up our chat. Cliff Victoria, Chad Speaker, Patty Lara, Plank, Mr. Mayhem, hanging out with us tonight. We've got some newbies in there. Cooper Howard, Seymour Butts. I think we've seen him before.
Sure you have at some point.
I agree with Cliff on this one as well. Totally.
Fuck Green Bay. I don't mind dropping one draft spot to beat Green Bay. I agree.
It would sure be nice to take them out in Green Bay, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? Yeah.
I wish I had some hope. I don't. I have no hope. It's just another loss. Just another loss for me, guys. So tonight we're celebrating Jason UKBear from the British Bears show on BCP. What's up, Pig Vomit?
All right.
I'm drinking a fine Sauvignon Blanc tonight, and I'm gonna drink this. I'm gonna sip this out of a shot glass per Mr. Jason UKBear, who just spent a shitload of pounds to come to the United States to watch the Bears lose 2 fucking games in a row at Soldier Field. Here's to you, Mr. Jason UKBear.
Cheers.
Thank you for your dedication to this miserable ass fucking incompetent team. You are the reason why. You're one of the reasons why this team has such a huge fan base. And we applaud you and appreciate you. And let's get into that. Jason, how you doing tonight? I love your show.
Yeah, do you like this? There's a story behind this, as you know.
Yeah, I do.
It's quite a funny day. But I'm good. Yeah, I'm trying to get over this bloody bug that we both brought over to you. That's the main thing I wanted out of Christmas, was not to make any of your family sick, as many people do when they travel. You just end up with a bug, don't you? So, but yeah, it was an amazing time. Still, Chicago's awesome, isn't it? What a great city. It was just scratched the surface. We had a great time. Obviously, your family was so amazing. So, like, a huge thanks. So much love to your lovely aunt and uncle who made us so welcome. All your family, your mum, your aunt Laurie, your Corey for the food she provided us. Just everyone was so amazing. And yeah, friends for life, man. Obviously, your lovely wife as well. Just is super lovely. We just had the best time. Chicago was amazing. Just to be at Soldier Field, even the games were shit. And I think I said to you before, didn't I, that I never feel like when I only watched one. My first game was at Tottenham, wasn't it, in London this season, which obviously was a great win. But I still feel like
at least you saw the last one.
Yeah, the last win. I was there. I feel much more involved in the game and what's going on with the game when I'm watching it on TV, because when you're with your sort of perspective in the stadium, I find it more difficult to just kind of keep up with what's going on. You can see, roughly plays what's happening, and you can feel the sense of the game, but just the experience. I'm really pleased that we got to see like a Sunday afternoon game, but also the Thursday night game, because it's always different under lights, isn't it? Like the dark sky, and it was a bit drizzly and foggy, and it was just a great experience just to be just a few feet away, to smell it might want to be the same turf, but it's the same ground that Walter Payton ran across, and all those other great players. Just Hester ripped it up, and it's just so cool to be there, to see it all, and to spend it with you guys too. Just to see you guys, and just loved it. It was a brilliant time. So happy 50th birthday to you, my man, on Christmas Day. And it was cool to share that with you too. And also, of course, it was my partner's birthday too, on the 23rd. And I don't know if you mentioned it already, but I also proposed in Chicago. So I now have a fiance. She said yes, foolishly.
Congratulations.
Is it valid on British soil because you did it in America?
Yeah.
Does that mean you're U.S. citizens now?
Technically, maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, so no, it was awesome. Yeah, it was an incredible trip. And then, like I said to you in the chat pre-show, we got upgraded on the flight home. So it was just like magical trip back. It was amazing. So yeah, I just had a brilliant time. And yeah, thanks Plank very much, and Cliff.
The fact that you got upgraded to like business class with the pods and stuff on the way home.
With the pod and the menu and the champagne and the flipping like bed. The chair just sort of slides into a bed, so you get them with a proper like quilt blanket and pillow, not like a little bit of polyester that you have to sort of drape over you in cattle class. Yeah.
Did you have a TV in there? Was there a TV in there?
Oh yeah, big screen on the front, with your movies and games and all that.
55-incher?
Something like that. That's right, isn't it? That's 55 inches, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's my 55 inches.
Yeah. It was so awesome. And yeah, I can't say any more about it really. Just so cool. Thank you, you and everyone that was involved in.
Yeah, but listen, I kept saying to you, we kept looking at each other the whole time you were there, like, like you looked at me and I looked at you. You were like, I can't believe I'm here, and I was like, I can't believe we're here at the same time, because it was just a proposal that you would never expect anyone to accept. You know, you make offers and you're genuine with them, but you really never expect anyone to take you up on them. And the fact that you did was like, okay, well, fuck, here we go. Let's plan this, you know? And all of a sudden it just, it just came out of nowhere. Next thing I know, where I'm picking you up, that fucking notifications on my damn iPad or my iMac. I'm gonna
get that ugly, disabled freak away from me.
Anybody, please help me out how to turn it. I've checked everything. Anyway, just the fact that you actually went through with it. Like, you were like, fuck it, we're doing this. You got 2 games. Chris Watts came out for 2 games last year. Unfortunately, he got a win. Chris got a win. But it was just it was a lot of fun. And you played Santa Claus, by the way.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Which was pretty cool.
Your Uncle Tom, Uncle Tom had a back surgery, hadn't he? So he couldn't make it. So they asked me a small favor, and how could I decline? So I played Santa Claus for the kids to put on the suit and come in with their presents and dish some out, which is a bit weird for me, but you know, it went right.
You got in, you did it, and you got out. You got out of that suit really quick, because all the kids wanted was their presents, you know.
Exactly.
But that was really cool of you to do that. And then, of course, Foster came and hung out with us on Christmas.
Yeah, your family's just awesome, man. I've seen, and this is the greatest thing for me, and I'm sure you can agree with this, Jason, is, man, the memories just from, I only spent a few hours there the one night and then the game the next. But as long as the mind's working, that stuff I'm never going to forget, man. I love his family. It reminds me of the way things used to be with my family. And now, everybody gets older and people move on, but they're just so close knit and good, honest people. And they're not, that's not everywhere today. But the memories, you can carry these memories, man. I mean, that sounds like you just had like one of the greatest trips ever, with everything the way it fell on the line, even with getting sick, man. And then it was really nice to meet you and your soon-to-be wife, or your fiance. You guys are awesome. I really like it. Too bad you were sick and I was sick and we couldn't do anything Sunday. But it is what it is, man. But the lifetime of memories, it's stuff that you'll never forget.
Absolutely.
Those are the important things. All the other stuff you can replace, but it's all that we all become is memories, a few memories, man, and having some good memories. That's pretty important to me, man.
When I first started,
Dan, I wanted to say, man, thank you guys, because you guys, we were sitting at the 12-yard line on the 3rd row behind the Seahawks bench. Those seats on the
20-yard line. 20-yard line.
Well, I was sitting right in front of the 12. I got a picture of it. Okay. It doesn't matter. They were just phenomenal seats, man. That was great. I can't thank you enough.
Hey, man, you're my guy.
Uh-oh, now I'm leaving if I'm his guy.
You're my guy.
Katie's his girl, I'm his guy. Katie, are you?
It's only because PJ's not here tonight.
You and PJ are my guy. I would have given that ticket to either one of you guys, and I'm glad that you were able to join us, because we had a lot of fun, and like you said, the memories. Because when you're dealing with a team like this, it's really all you can do is, it's about the fun. It's about the friends and the family and the bonding. And I would have never thought, almost 3 years ago when I started this channel, that the friends that would have come out of this, everyone, you, PJ, Chris Watts, Carl, Jason, Chris Watts and Jason coming out individually in separate years to come out and hang out with me, with my dumb ass, and go to games with me and stuff like that. So, and all you guys in chat, like every one of you in chat, like this is what we keep saying. This is the reason why we do this. It's Bears therapy, because you would think that I saw somebody tweet, like, you would think that this game, it was after the game that we were at. We were raucous at that game, right, guys? I mean, we were just. And somebody posted right after the game, the crowd our crowd.
Yeah.
And they said, you would have thought that this was an NFC divisional playoff game, the way that this crowd is into this, even though we're losers. And,
they were saying it on the televised broadcast.
Right.
The Bears are out of it. It's a Thursday night game and the stadium's packed.
Yeah.
And they even thought that they're like, these fans are so great. They're out there freezing their asses off, even though we weren't.
No, we weren't. The first game was colder. Yeah. The Lions game was colder.
Yeah, that was pretty cold. Yeah.
What's up, STC? Yes, we are We are a great Bears family. I appreciate you saying that. We are. Because, you get out there with fans and you're at a game and you're just – that's the funnest thing. It's – you can sit on your ass in front of a TV and watch the game all you want, but when you go to games and you are in it with the fans, like you're walking to Soldier Field from the wall, like from the south end, and you get under that tunnel, and all of a sudden, as soon as you hit that tunnel, it's like Green Bay sucks, Green Bay sucks, Green Bay sucks, and as soon as you walk out of the tunnel, it stops. It's like it's just a sound bar right there, and it ends when you walk out of it. And even though they're playing the Lions or the Seahawks, it didn't matter. It doesn't matter what team we're playing. Yeah. We're always chanting Green Bay sucks because we feel it as a fan base. It's coming up again this weekend. But that's what it means to be a fan. And I want to thank every one of you guys, Jason, PJ, Foster, Carl, everyone in chat. I want to personally thank you and say Happy New Year to you guys, and thank you for just what you mean to me personally, because I couldn't do this. This would not exist without you guys. I promise you that. I would have cashed this in like every other channel. It just doesn't even last a year, and it would have been about the Bears, not because not because of my passion to do this. It would have been about the Bears. And the Bears are they just suck. No matter how much they suck the lives out of us, the one thing that we all have as fans is that we all are able to stick together through it. Because we all fucking know, man, when it happens, it's going to be so glorious. Because if we're this way right now, how glorious is it going to be when we're winning? If I'm still alive, I mean, 30, 40 years from now.
It'll start happening, man.
It'll come someday. It'll come. I still believe it. I'll always believe it.
That's what drives our hope. That's what drives my hope. That's what drives my optimism. And as much as I want to be pessimistic, I go there. I do. I bounce back and forth, but I ultimately always come back to optimism. And I'm going to go back to pessimism again. I know it. But I'm going to come back to optimism ultimately. And to share it with all you guys is just an honor for me. And I want to thank every one of you and applaud you for making BCP what it is. This is you guys, man.
Yeah.
It's a freaking movie, man. It's here. Like, even just when I'm gone with you guys, it's like even hanging out, even tailgating, man. That is just so fun. Just hanging out with you guys talking. And I even said, I'm like, man, we need Cliff. We need Cliff Victoria when we were there Thursday night. I'm like, Cliff's the only one I can think of that's missing here out of, because it was Curtis and what's his name and his family, and then us.
Curtis,
and it was,
shout out to Curtis here. This is a picture of Curtis, and Curtis is on the right, and Clinton is on my left.
Yeah.
And no, Clinton's on my right. Curtis is on my left.
Yeah. Clinton's got the beard. Curtis no beard at the opposite end between me and Dan.
These are just new friends that we made because of this channel, because of Cliff Victoria.
Yeah.
Cliff, thank you.
Yeah.
Applaud.
Absolutely.
This is kind of like tonight, this team fucking sucks. So this show is about you guys in chat. It's about you guys on the channel that makes this happen for this channel. And everything else is just going to be surrounded by Bears talk. Okay, I just want you guys to know that, because I'm in an emotional mood because I just love you guys. I love you guys. Happy New Year to you, Vernon.
Vernon.
Thank you for joining us tonight. So this is our I can't believe I didn't get a picture with you and all of us in it, Foster. You're not in that picture. You were off trying to promote BCP or something.
Hey, we got some new fans from the parking lot. We picked up subscribers that night.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, he was out canvassing, wasn't he? Yeah, getting new people in.
But look at the fog and look at the aura behind us at the stadium in the parking lot there tailgating. It was something special. It felt like a win. And it was 6-3. You're like, this is a win. No.
Hey, I got a question, man. Does anybody know Curtis's wife's name?
My wife.
Oh, my wife, yeah.
Yeah, your wife.
Curtis's wife is my wife.
Yeah, that's the only way I know her.
Yeah.
This is my wife.
That was how he introduced her, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Cliff. Okay, you're gonna love this story, Cliff. Curtis brings his wife to the tailgate, and he's like, "Hey, everyone, this is my wife."
That's it. And he
And
left it at that.
I'm like, "Hi, my wife." And I turned to Curtis. I'm like, "Wait, Curtis, is that your wife or my wife?" He goes, "That's my wife." I'm like, "Okay, hi, my wife. Nice to meet you." And she like totally gets it. She's like, "Yeah, I know." Like 2 minutes go by. I'm like, "Okay, I can't let this go by." I'm like, "Curtis, is that your wife or my wife?" He's like looking at me like, "What? That's my wife." I'm like, right? And he's like, "Oh, you motherfucker." Oh, that was funny. I laughed.
Had to be there.
I laughed. I was on one of your gummies though, Foster. So I was having a good time. You know, tell me when I get them.
I mean, it doesn't hurt.
Gummies.
They're mellow. Jack Mehoff says I'm in the background in the orange jersey of that picture. Is that are you for real, Jack, or what?
Get out of here, Jack Mehoff. You would have said hi to us, you fucker.
Yeah. Maybe not because he watches the show.
Yeah.
He might have decided, nah, I'm not going to bother with these guys. I'll watch the show, but I'm not going to say hi to them.
Chad Speaker was DMing me on Twitter and saying like he has to get to a game. I'm like, you know what? I'm not sure I ever want to go to a game again. I've got access to Clinton, and you can see the picture here. Clinton on the far left has tickets, and that's his good buddy Curtis. His tickets are in the United Club, and then the seats that we sat in are on like the 20-yard line, third row. I have multiple tickets. I would love to bring you to a game if you want to come in for a game, Chad. But right now, I'm not sure I can do another game. I'm sick of giving my money to this team. Patty Lara saying, "Shorty, this is Armando. My son looked for you at the game last Thursday." Oh, he was at the game?
Armando on Patty's thing saying that.
Armando is on Patty's account. Okay, I got you. So,
too bad
I wish you would have found me.
Yeah. That would have been cool.
Cool. Yeah.
That would have been awesome, man.
Yeah. We got a couple picks and just said, hey, and
so really quick, before we get into the Bears, let's talk about your shawl really quick, Jason, so everyone knows why you're wearing it. So my cousin on Christmas had this great idea, Christmas Eve gifts. My cousin-in-law, Steve Phillips from chat, his wife, had a great idea. An absolutely great idea for anyone that wants to do this in the future. She found this Amazon return center where people just drop off their packages or whatever. It's like a place you can go and you just buy a bag or a box for $5 a piece and you don't know what's in it. And then you wrap it and then you put numbers on all the packages and you hand out numbers. Everyone picks from a barrel and they take numbers. And then you all sit around and you pick a number and you pick a package and you have to open it. And then when you open it, you have to wear it if it's clothing. And so Jason got a bag with this shawl in it.
This delightful item now, which I am
hand-knit grandma shawl that he was like wearing with comfort and ease, although it's a little bit small on you.
It's a little bit tight. Like massive guns, obviously.
Totally massive guns.
Yeah.
It's built more for a granny, though.
Well, yeah. Aren't we all?
And I love that you kept it. You're like the only person that kept that gift.
Was I? Yeah. Yours fit quite well. No, I think Jim's did as well. Jim had that red hoodie, didn't he? The red sweatshirt. That fit him okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Erica kept hers, too. Yeah. What?
No
super chats? There's Armando. He's
Armando.
back as himself. Yeah, so it was pretty cool that you actually kept that shawl and you're wearing it tonight in honor of hanging out with us.
Jim said when I was packing, she's like, "Are you taking that home?" I was like, "Fuck yeah!" It's why not? It's like I think it really suits me. But yeah,
you know, wear it when you get out of the shower.
Yeah, that's it. When it's a warm day because it's obviously quite well ventilated. So it'll be quite a hot summer morning. Just heading downstairs for a cup of tea and a crumpet.
Oh yeah, so Jason brought tea and crumpets, and he also gave me this Knights of Templar mug, which I'm drinking wine out of tonight.
Excellent.
Cheers to you.
Cheers.
And he brought us tea and crumpets. I'm gonna tell you what, man. If you've never had a crumpet, you have not lived. You have not lived.
Custard on your spotted dick.
It's like custard on your spotted dick. That's how good it is.
And the Jaffa cakes, of course, you like those, didn't they? Said as well.
Yeah, Jaffa cakes, Cadbury chocolates, a whole slew of things. A British winter cap, British socks, British flag socks. The shot glass, of course.
Yeah, sure he's got so much British stuff now. He thinks he's English, dude. He was going around wearing the socks.
Oh, you know it. I'm going to start talking British.
That was hilarious.
I
think you might be able to pick it up somewhere. I had a little Google today, or my old man did it because he was talking about it. I think you should be able to pick them up somewhere. Somebody somewhere will have them. You may be able to find some crumpets, but
Amazon. Amazon's got to have
crumpets. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but yeah.
While I'll look that up in a minute. Or I'm sure you can do that too, Carl. You can buy crumpets on Amazon, right? I'm sure you can.
And actual proper crumpets, not English muffins. Someone tried to tell me English muffins. They are not English muffins. They're crumpets. Totally different.
A crumpet is like an English muffin made out of sourdough. It's like it's got all these. It's like puffy and got all these holes in it, and absolutely amazing. Spotted dick and see-through shirt.
That's for the late night show. That's for the after hours, Cliff. Round, mate. You're right. Yeah.
Spotted dick and see-through Shaw. What did I click into?
Oh, are any of these any good?
Oh, hello.
What kind of crumpets are these?
Yeah, it looks about right. Yeah. Can you zoom in at all, Carl? Is that
a brand you can buy there?
Duffy's crumpets.
No, that's an American thing. We don't have Duffy's.
Yeah, they don't look legit.
You can always make them. That's what there's little rings there for making them yourself in the griddle pan.
That's the way to go.
Oh, that's me muffins now. Get away, man. You're going off topic. You're getting out.
You're fucking cry. I tell you what, crumpet. I love English muffins because I like
crumpets and tell me that needs that cushion. That's awesome. It was so funny. I'm only here for the crumpets. It was hilarious because he was enjoying them so much. He was like, "Oh, these are great, but it's fucking ruined because now I can't eat them again." He was enjoying them so much.
They were so good that it pissed me off that I can't just go to my store and buy them. That's how good they were.
You better find them. Cliff says the recipe looks easy, and he's got some 15-year-old sourdough starter in the fridge. He's going to knock some up.
Dude, use that. You might be able to, because it's honestly, Cliff, it's almost like they're like about that thick, and they're spongy, and they have the holes that go all the way through them. If you were to do a cross section, you'd see the shoots that come down to the bottom of it. They're fucking amazing. It's
because the holes mean that when you spread the butter on them, they melt into the holes and it just soaks it all up. And the same with the peanut butter or the Marmite, whatever you put on it, or the jam.
Wait, say that again. Marmalade.
Marmite.
Marmalade. Marmalade.
Marmite.
Marmite?
Marmite over there. You can get Marmite. I didn't bring it. I was going to bring it, but it's like a yeast spread, like Vegemite in the Australia.
Yeah, we talked about that Vegemite. With the Vegemite sandwich.
That's it. Land down
she
under.
said, "I come from a land down
under."
Yes, I brought you a few treats to remind you of what you're missing out on over here. But yeah, and then the squash, the Ribena as well. That was kind of, everyone loved that, didn't they? That was quite funny.
I had all this shit for you too, and you overwhelmed me with stuff. Like I had a hot sauce for you that I never gave you, and something like that.
Have you got me this shirt? This is I was very grateful. This is the.
Oh yeah, I got you that. Yeah, I got you 18.
Hell yeah! So that was. I'll turn it off now. It's getting a bit warm, despite the holes.
Yeah, you don't need to wear that.
Yeah, well,
Any time is over.
That's it. Enough of that.
Why isn't it backwards? It's not backwards.
You're right. It's not.
Guys, I tried like hell at game 1, the Lions game. I wore my jersey backwards. I was like broadcasting it to the community, everyone around me. They just looked at me like, nah, not doing that, bro. But they did do what, Jason, at the game that we were at on Thursday night? The first game, we didn't sit together, the Lions game, but we sat together at the Seahawks game.
Yeah.
And what did we do together? You came all the way from the UK to chant what with me?
Was it fuck Green Bay?
Sell the team.
Oh, I sell the team. That was after that bloody farce with the timeout and
fuck Green Bay.
Yeah.
I want you, everyone in chat, to know when you heard that game in the background, you heard "sell the team." That was all three of us chanting that shit. Were you chanting it, Foster?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Were you chanting?
If you remember, we had a good play right after that, and I turned around and started yelling, "Still sell the team! Still sell the team!"
You were chanting, right, Jason?
We had one good play, and everybody shut up, and I'm like, "No, let's not. We can't just let it go away because there was one good play." The fucking game show. Hey, Curtis is in the chat.
Curtis, talk about Curtis. He shows up. I was just showing a picture of you, Curtis.
Just talking about you, dude.
Ah, look at that, Curtis. My guy. Great to have you hanging out with us tonight, Curtis.
He is nuts, Curtis. You know that.
I love Curtis, man. He's a great guy. Curtis picked me up off the ground when I was near vomiting myself at the Tampa Bay game last year, and let me sleep on his hotel after he accosted me in my in my passed out stage.
We saw the pictures too, man. We saw the pictures.
Yeah, left me with a heart on in my pants. Thank you, Curtis.
Whoa. Curtis also said I got to tell Chris Watts that he totally beat him in that the drinking game when they were trying to outdrink each other. Curtis said he won, so just when you listen, I
think Chris won, Curtis, because
I think nobody won that situation.
I gotta say Curtis won because not only did Curtis complete the drinking, but if you remember that game, he was the one who was actually driving the truck on the way home the next day.
True.
So,
yep,
I mean,
you
to
did
be
win.
Able to drink all of that tequila and everything else that he drank, and then still make the Bears game and not be puking all over the place, which he might have been. I know Chris was because I was there for it.
Yeah, Chris was in a bad way.
And Curtis drove us to the train station. So Chris was dying. So I got to give the edge to Curtis, man, because he was there for all of it awake.
Yeah.
You hear that, Chris Watts? You lost.
I'm not sure we should be applauding him driving after drinking all that tequila, to be fair.
It was 24 hours later.
Clip was sitting
24 hours? Okay. Depends how much it was. But yeah.
Well done. That was fun. That's why I said that's why I was like, man, all we need now is Cliff. When we were sitting there, when we went up on the thing, I'm like, man, where's Cliff? You need Cliff. Because Curtis wasn't there yet. So I'm like, where's Curtis? Where's Curtis? Where's Cliff? Is Cliff ain't coming, but Curtis will be here.
Is that right? Cliff's got it. Nothing ever good comes of that when you start downing tequila. It's only going one way, isn't it? Yeah.
No, but like the next day, I woke up I woke up like literally just as drunk as I was, but I didn't have a hangover. I woke up drunk and I was like, yeah, I'm still going. Cracked some beers, brought some chiladas on the train with me.
Oh, chiladas, that's just weird. Has anyone else tried those? You said you gave me one of those.
Chelada. Yeah.
Hey, try this. I was like,
a beer. If you haven't tried it, a beer with clamato juice, not tomato juice, clamato juice, had a little bit of saltiness to it.
Yeah.
It's like a beer Bloody Mary in the morning. Yeah.
Like V8 with
I literally woke up. I'm talking about last year when Chris Watts was here. Woke up from Aldo's party, still drunk. Got on the train, just like I didn't have a hangover. We pick up Chris from Aldo's house. He was just like a zombie, like. And then we had to go on the field, get interviewed by Larry Mayer, go on the field, wave the flag. Then he had to climb up to the 400. Chris had to climb up to the 400 level to sit with you, Foster, and he was just like ready to pass out as he's walking up the stairs. And
he fell asleep during the game.
Yeah, but Curtis,
I'm up. I'm going, yeah, and I turn around. And Chris is like.
Curtis was still a little bit drunk like I was, but he hammered on and drove you guys to the train station or wherever the fuck you just said. So I think Curtis won.
Yeah, I just that was my whole logic in that because it was they drank way too much tequila. I mean, I saw that and I was like, oh man, somebody's gonna be puking all over the place.
They were literally like a bottle of tequila.
And Chris, I picked up Chris, and just between driving from Aldo's house and the train station, we stopped 3 times for him to puke. And it ain't that far to the train station from Aldo's, man. He's like, we need something to eat. I'm like, okay, there's a McDonald's. So I pull in the McDonald's. He jumps out of the car, goes in the bushes, pukes. Gets in the car. We get to the train. He jumps out of the car, goes over by a light pole, and pukes. Then he did it one more time, man.
He definitely won, Curtis.
When we got down to Soldier Field, if you remember, he ran over to the bushes and puked. So I'm like, yeah, everything all right there, Chris? Yeah, a little too much to kill you. Curtis says that'll be the last time he ever does that.
Oh God, that's fucking hilarious. He claims he won, but now I know for a fact you won, Curtis. We just hammered the details out of that.
I don't know. I just,
decision made. Yeah.
Listen, it's going on 3:00 in the morning for Jason. I don't want to keep you. How long do you want to hang out with us right now? Because I don't want to make this a 3-hour show myself, but we should probably start talking about this fucking debacle we have in our hands here.
Probably
6-3, man. Did we go to a Cubs Mariners game or?
Yeah, I know. I thought I saw something about on that race. Then we were getting trolled by like a hockey team or something. They put our scores up with those, didn't they?
Yeah.
Alongside
it was White Sox Mariners, literally a 6-3 game.
Yeah.
There you go.
But before we go to talk Bears, Jason, I just want to hear you talk about the city of Chicago and kind of compare it to what you are familiar with in the UK.
Good question. Do that while I take a leak.
Yeah. Nobody walks anywhere. I noticed that. Everyone's in their cars, but it was winter, I guess. So that was one thing. If you were to walk through the streets of any city in London, city in England or Britain, there'd be people walking around everywhere, but there was no one was walking. I suppose you're taking the L or whatever. But it was cool. It was loads of space. Everything's sort of wider, isn't it? So the streets are wider. I just loved it. I loved Chicago. Was awesome, man. It was just a really, really nice city. All the people were so nice and friendly, and I was in downtown for the first part of it, so that was in Printers Row down that way. So it was just cool. I just loved it. Like the architecture, the vibe of the place, man. We just super friendly. Food was good.
I was gonna say, how would you compare it to like a big city? Like, are you big on the city of Birmingham?
I don't know Birmingham that well. I've been a couple of times, mainly to watch soccer, but well, one of the times I went there, the windows on our coach got smashed by the Birmingham fans. So,
yeah. I've heard some pretty bad things about Birmingham.
Birmingham is a fucking shithole. I hate the fucking place. I fucking hate it. It's full of dickheads. I fucking hate it.
I tried to set you up best I could. I'm sorry. Thanks.
Excellent. I thought I guessed that. Brilliant. Awesome.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. That was cool, yeah. But no, it's very different. Yeah, but I loved it. It was so cool. I barely scratched the surface, I think, of seeing it. Just the city. There's so much going on. Just saw some real highlights. So
when I was working in the city every day, man, we used to wait for Thursdays because there's literally Thursdays is Thong Thursday in Chicago, and there's hundreds and hundreds of women walking around with thongs on Thursdays.
Wait, did you say bong or thong?
Thong Thursday.
With
dude.
a T?
With a TH. Thong.
Jesus.
Thong Thursday. It's a real thing.
All year round?
I don't know about all year round because I didn't go out checking in the dead of winter. I would doubt it.
Yeah.
I would doubt it, but in the spring, summer, and early fall, they're out there.
Ladies of Newcastle would do that. They don't have a problem with the weather.
And the streets are usually packed with people. And
I bet they are.
At a summer, man, there's always.
Jason, are you big on music?
I like my music, yeah.
Absolutely.
There's a festival that I don't know if it's annual. I think it is, but it's called Lollapalooza. They transform Grant Park into just a big music festival. Kind of both of what you guys are saying. There's thongs everywhere, and it's just a really nice atmosphere.
I remember reading about that. Yeah, I saw some pictures of the previous one.
Yeah, I don't know if they're doing it. What's for the next one? We just had it this year.
Yeah, I went to it. It was fantastic. It was the first time I ever went. It was great.
Oh, nice. My daughter was there. That's awesome.
Was she wearing a thong? I'm sorry. I had to. You set me up. You set me up. Damn. Yeah, Cliff. I love this comment from Cliff as well. If you ever get a chance to go to Miami Beach, Jason, you got to go there. You got to go there.
Yeah.
And Armando asked, "Did you try tamales while you were here?"
No, I don't think I did.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No.
What did I miss?
They got to be the real tamales, not these store-bought ones. They got to be made with a corn husk and hand-rolled and then cooked properly. That's a real tamale. The stuff that you buy at the restaurants is prepackaged roll, and it doesn't do it.
It's crap. Although it's nostalgic. It's nostalgic crap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What did I miss? What were you talking about?
Just Carl asked me about the city.
We were talking about thongs.
Yeah, that was it. Foster brought that up. Yeah.
Thong.
On Thursday. It's real.
Not Australian ones.
And then Cliff had mentioned Miami Beach. Because that's yeah.
Foster, one of your Wisconsin women, they sent me over a clip of you auditioning for The Sopranos. It feels like now would be a good time to listen to that. Are we ready?
I guess
I want cocaine, I want prostitute, cocaine, prostitute, so I want fentanyl.
I don't know if that was an audition. I think I was just drunk that night.
Get that ugly, disabled freak
weekend,
away from me.
What's up?
All right.
Slick Sophistication is in the chat.
Slick, what's up, Slick? Man, you guys are awesome. Eric Harper, what's up, Eric? Thanks for joining us tonight.
Eric Coles.
You guys make the world go around for us. I'm gonna.
Are we ready to go back into some Bears, or
want to talk about the Bears now?
What do you reckon?
Maybe we'll get it out of the way.
Want to get the Bears out of the way?
Get out of the way.
Be ugly.
Yeah.
I don't know how much good there is. There's bad and ugly involved.
Just get the fucking Bears talk out of the way so we can appease everyone in chat and then go back to talking about bullshit. Because, I'll be honest. We're in this cycle right now that seems endless. Does it not, guys?
Yeah.
We're currently on a lame duck general manager. Seemingly. Meaning we have a general manager who's got, 1 year left on his contract, who is now going to hire a new head coach that's going to have a 4 to 5 year contract, hopefully not 5. And then Poles doesn't get it done. He gets fired. They're bringing another general manager. Now we have 3 years left on this fucking lame duck head coach because that's not his head coach. And then the head coach God forbid, hopefully the head coach wants Caleb Williams, because if that guy if he wanted fucking Bo Nix in the draft, and we got that guy as our head coach, and we gave him Caleb Williams, and he hates him, well, then that even furthers the cycle, right? But, now we're 1 year left with Ryan Poles, hire a new head coach, general manager gets fired, 3 years left with head coach, hire a new general manager, doesn't like head coach, fires head coach. I mean, it's...
Well, I'm worried about this because this now, to me, I mean, from what I'm hearing I don't know if it's correct, but what I'm hearing and seeing is, is this Ted Phillips round 2 where our GM's going to be hamstrung or have one hand tied behind his back now? Because, you hear about all the talk where Poles wanted to bring in Harbaugh and Warren said no. Then you're hearing some other stuff that Poles wanted to do. He wanted to fire Eberflus after last season, and they stopped him. So I don't know what's true, but I'm like, so are we just going to restart the Ted Phillips thing over again for another 25 years? Please, God, no.
Cheers.
Yeah. There were just too many rumors. I've kind of had to just switch off to it, man. There's just too many, all these sort of leaks and rumors and like bloody tweets flying around. It just seems like you just don't know what to believe, what's true. They've said this, whether Poles wanted to keep Eberflus, wanted to get rid of him. It's just... Yeah, whether he had the choice of hiring him or not, it's just a bit crazy, isn't it? And I think, as we were saying back at Christmas, Dan, it's that the option is now to kind of like reset them both and just get rid of Poles, maybe. Yeah. So if you want to do it like that, but then I saw another rumor today that apparently Johnson is interested in the Bears job, but is not keen on Poles, so would want him gone if he takes the job. So, Jesus, I mean. But then maybe, just maybe, by some complete fluke, that they do get the new head coach and him and Poles click and it takes off and everything's fine. But, because we're just a good coach away from being much better. I mean, not saying like Super Bowl type threatening, but at least like decent. To be able to use the talent we have, we would be a pretty good team. But yeah, it's got to be, this is like the most important hire of Poles' tenure, isn't it?
And that's why it draws the least hope out of me. Like, there is no if my hope reserve tank is at 30%, I am not allowing this team to draw any more hope from me. Not even 5% more hope to make it 25% hope that I have in this next fucking ownership, coaching, fucking Kevin Warren, fucking coaching cycle hire. And I sat and I pontificated this. I drove my fucking fat, disgusting fucking Chicago Bears fan ass home from Chicago, 13 hours plus, sitting in 3+ hours traffic all the way fucking home. It was probably like a 14-hour trip. Should have been 12 to 11.
I got faster than you did.
By the way, you gave my wife the British disease, so she's like over in the corner, and I don't want the music to play too loud, so I'm like, basically, it's all your goddamn fault, Jason. So I'm basically in my own brain going, what the fuck am I gonna? What's my answer to this coaching debacle? What's my answer? What's my answer? What's my answer? And so I thank you for that, Jason, because that time I had to pontificate. I've come up with my answer.
You missed what you said to me, wasn't it?
And I'm going to pull it up right now. That's my answer right there, guys.
Ooh, your head coach?
I want you guys. I'm going to stand up, okay?
Uh-oh.
I want every one of you in chat. I want you to listen to me now and hear me later. Okay? Listen to me now and hear me later. Josh McCown, Carl, if you can please, I meant to do this earlier today. I ran out of time. If you could pull up some, Carl, you are the Jamie to the Joe Rogan podcast, and that's why we love you. I would like you to please pull up. No, fuck that guy. Please pull up, Carl, if you can, all the teams that Josh McCown played quarterback for in his NFL career.
Oh crap!
Please do that.
What, no super chats?
And give us some damn super chats like now.
Get that ugly disabled freak
away from me.
And super chats now, or else we're going to close the show down.
That's terrible, Shorty.
When I'm sitting there driving 180 fucking miles in a straight line, where inevitably some asshole creates an accident driving the straight line, and I hope he's dead when I come across that. If I sit in traffic for 2.5 hours, there better be a dead body. There better be. I got 13 hours to go, and I'm sitting 2 hours of traffic because some asshole can't drive straight for 13 hours.
I knew how important this was for our team. Our team, chill.
Made me lose my entire train of thought with that shit. We went back to football.
It's
Lost my train of thought. Okay, so
Josh
McCown has played in 1,000,000, 1,000,000,000,000, a quadzillion offenses. He has been the quarterback, the backup quarterback in those offenses. He has had to learn every single one of them year in, year out. He transfers teams. Let's go back to the Mark Trestman era, guys. Bears fans, come follow with me. Let's take that train into Never Never Land and go back to that day, that time frame when the Mark Trestman era fell apart like this one did under the Flus era in this season.
BetUS.
And Jay Cutler got injured after having a subpar season. And Josh McCown comes in, and what does he do? He wins us like 4 games in a row. He beats the hot Dallas team. He's responsible for a majority of those, a big chunk of the yards that we had 2,000-yard receivers that year. He was the binding element that held that team together. He was not only Jay Cutler's best friend, hard to believe, but he was also the binding element, the gel that held that team together. Fast forward, after the previous teams he played for and the next teams he played for, he goes into coaching. He goes into like high school coaching. He's coaching his kids or whatever. He's coaching high school. He gets into I think he went right from there to the NFL. Bada boom, bada bing. Fast forward to now. He is Sam Darnold's savior as his offensive or his quarterback coach. And I don't listen. He can come out and call all the fucking plays he wants as an offensive coordinator. I don't want anyone to sit here and tell me he has never been an offensive coordinator before. He has been. He's been an offensive coordinator sitting behind all those starting quarterbacks in the 14 years or more that he's played in the NFL. And he knows offenses. He knows play calling. He has been there on the sideline and helped out all the starting quarterbacks. He has come in and won games when it mattered, especially for us. And then we fucking bench his ass when we should have just rode the hot hand when he was winning with us, over Cutler. But under Trestman, I was so pissed about that at that time. I was jumping up and down, screaming, trying to call in the Waddle and Sylvie show, like, you don't understand, like, he's the fucking hot hand. Don't sit him. Play him, play him, play him, play him. In that moment, even I could see, as a much younger man, that he had a position in the NFL as a coach. And you see him come into the coaching regime in the NFL, and he's done nothing but ascend. Now, quarterbacks coach for the Vikings. Look what he has done for Sam Darnold. You can call that Josh McCown. You can call that Kevin O'Connell. You can call it a mixture of the two. But there's one thing. He's a part of it. And the other thing is he's also a part of the McConnell system. And McConnell has himself been a lifelong career backup. Only, as far as I know, not as much research. He could have been the same kind of guy. And if you're going to sit here and tell me, anyone that wants to sit here and tell me that Josh McCown, with all those years of experience as a backup quarterback, coaching his starter through games and showing him plays and helping him get through, if you can't tell, there's no fucking way he can't come in and just automatically be an offensive coordinator tomorrow. And if you think that we need the proof of him being an offensive coordinator for so-and-so team before we hire him as our head coach, then I think we all need to just look ourselves in the mirror and go, really? Because if you let what's going to happen? In my this is my opinion, okay? He is going to become one of the next hottest coaches in the league. His name will become hot. He will become hot. He will become one of the top 5-10 coaches in the league. And fans like us will be going, God, like, I wish he was our head coach. And so if you have to just bypass a simple offensive coordinator position, when you know he knows offenses, you know he knows so many that he could put together his entire own playbook, and you know he can bind a team together with the way he held the Trestman era together with the Cutler bullshit, the second team that ever had 2,000-yard receivers. He played for us. He worked for the Bears. If you can't buy into the fact that we need to just jump past the fact that he hasn't been an offensive coordinator yet and actually called plays, then I'm saying I'm calling bullshit on that. Like, he is ready no matter how you look at it. If you want to jumpstart it, I say let's do it as a fan, because we're going to be sitting here, lame duck GM with a new head coach and new GM with a lame duck head coach, sitting with our dicks in our hand again, going, fuck, look, so-and-so hired Josh McCown as an offensive coordinator a year or two from now, and he could have been our head coach, and look what we did. We fucked up Caleb Williams. The guy was a quarterback. He knows quarterbacks. He's currently working with a quarterback that was a second pick in the draft that, by all means, should have been his own Caleb Williams. Everyone thought Sam Darnold was going to be one of the next great things, and he got mono. It's not his fault. That definitely did not help him. But then, he bounced around after that, goes to San Francisco. This is his fourth team, I think, third or fourth team. Josh McCown in year one makes him a Super Bowl fucking contender quarterback, to where now they're talking about trading JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
So fuck it. That, for me, I don't want the Ben Johnson who's never played quarterback in the NFL. I don't want the washed up has-been John Gruden, who has been a coach and won a Super Bowl 25 fucking years ago. I want the new guy right now. I want the fresh-minded, visionary guy that we all can clearly see is the next guy. And for me, that is Josh McCown. And from this day forward, I can promise you guys, until it does not happen, I'm going to pound the fucking table for Josh McCown as head coach as much as I ever did Jim Harbaugh, because Jim Harbaugh is out of the picture now, guys. It's not happening. It's done and gone. But who's the next?
Look at the Chargers, man.
Well, that could have been. He's done and gone. What could have been is not. But what
King Pookie and stopped in.
So what could be can be right now. Leapfrog the offensive coordinator position and just go, he's the guy. He's the leader of men that we need. I hate using that word, leader of men. Like every coach should be a leader of men. And we're so like defunct of leader of men that we have to keep talking about leader of men, to where people are joking about it on like the Score fucking 670 chat. LITER of men, leader of men. What you're talking? Who needs a leader of men? What do you guys? No, we need someone who can bind a team together, who is a guy's guy. He's a man's man. That is Josh McCown. He knows offenses. You can't tell me he can't call plays. I don't. You can look me straight in the eye, piss on my shoes, and tell me it's raining, and I still would not believe that you cannot tell me that he cannot fucking call plays. The guy can call fucking plays. The guy could put together. He has so much. He has so many offenses that he has learned over his career. You cannot tell me he cannot put together a playbook and develop Caleb Williams with that. And along with that goes the fact that we're not going to lose him in a year or two or three or whatever. We all worry about that. Go get Josh McCown. Josh McCown, Josh McCown, Josh McCown. Everyone here in chat, pound it in every chat you're in and say BCP sent you. Josh McCown, Josh McCown, Josh McCown. What's up, Tin Pan
no
Dog?
super chats?
Oh,
Tin Pan Dog.
cue the Tin Pan Dog. Come on, Carl.
King Pookie and Nation said you're Carsey.
I'm Carsey. What is up, King Pookie Nation? Good to see you again. Where's the Tin Pan Dog, Carl? Come on.
That's where the analytical guy goes.
Wrong one.
Hey, Coach Gooden, go for it right here. Go for it.
Next.
I'm telling you, he was so stupid. He was unwise. He was like an
Next.
unwise man.
What? No super chats?
I am confirmed biggest Josh Blackwell meat writer on this ecosystem here.
Just getting all the audio, pussy, darling.
You can play everyone
on the line. Like, oh, where is it? I don't know. Did you delete Tin Pan Dog?
Yes.
You fucker.
What?
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, I'll have some egg rolls, some Tin Ping Dong, and
a glass of Zach Charbonnet.
Get that ugly, disabled freak away from me.
All right, dude.
What's up, Tin Pan Dog? What's up, Rick Gonzalez? Thanks for hanging out with us. Gregory Stevens. Listen, I'm just gonna pull it up again. How fucking cool would it be to have that fucking chiseled jawed, fucking perfectly sculpted hair, glasses wearing, fucking former NFL quarterback of 25 teams, head coach that wins you fucking a Super Bowl, or at least gets you to the playoffs, or at least beats Green Bay. This guy, didn't he beat Green Bay? He might have beat Green Bay. He definitely beat Dallas. All right, I'm done. That's all I wanted to say. I'm out of here. Good night. Have a good show.
Yeah, it's dropped the mic. I mean, and we're back. Go on, go Foster.
I hear real quick. I just was going to throw this in there. You're talking, and I'm thinking about everything I can think of and picture with Josh McCown, and I'm there's a point in time right before the draft where he's working out CJ Stroud, before he's drafted to the Texans, and the Panthers got the first pick, if you remember. So he says, man, we're going to have you in here and things are going to work out fantastic because you're the guy for us, something like that. And then the owner steps in and they get Bryce Young. And I'm just going, I'm remembering the look of confidence in the way he was talking to CJ Stroud. He goes, man, it's like, once I got you in here, this offense, you're the last piece for this offense for me to work this offense. But we never got to see it happen. So you could be damn well right with him. And that's really what my point is the more you talk about it, the more I think I'm going, okay, he's got no head coaching experience. That looks pretty good too, STC. I don't know, but they're both guys that have not previously been head coaches.
Yeah.
STC saying,
how about doing that? We keep doing that with whoever. Warren coming out of Seattle was the guy who was going to turn this offense around, and we were going to have an offense go along with the defense. And what did we get? Nothing. We got nothing. It was worse.
I was thinking,
Foster, isn't that the cycle of mediocrity, though? We go from a John Fox, an old defensive-minded coach, to Matt Nagy, the young mind. Then we go back to the old man defensive coordinator Eberflus. Now we want to go back to a young first-time head coach again. That's the cycle of mediocrity.
But wait, Carl, did you want or like Matt Nagy? Because I never wanted the guy.
I sure as hell got excited.
Were the two guys that I'm going, why? I just don't see it. Why?
Oh, yeah. I was really upset when they drafted Trubisky. I was even more upset when they drafted Fields. But Nagy, I didn't necessarily immediately hate. I mean, I had optimism, but
I was like, but had optimism. I don't want but have optimism. I want pure, unadulterated faith.
Were you more optimistic for Nagy than you were for Eberflus? I sure as hell was.
Hell no. Oh, no, Nagy than Eberflus? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I definitely was. Yes, I definitely was. Nagy took us to listen. Shit all you want on Matt Nagy, but he took us to the playoffs 2 out of 4 years. Nobody's done that.
That was more.
Yeah, the second time we kind of backed in. I hate like using that as
you backed in.
Arsenal.
The playoff run is the coordinator who's now with the Eagles. That's where that was in 2018. Why do people think that? Oh, Trubisky was an All-Pro that year. He threw 6 touchdowns in one game. The guy fucking sucked all season.
Yeah, they just did that so that the entire rookie class could be Pro Bowlers. Like it was just all de facto.
Except for a few games. Trubisky.
Yeah,
he sucked.
Absolutely.
So that was all Fangio's defense, getting the ball back and putting them in position to score a touchdown. So I don't give Nagy any credit for that because he was handed that shit. If
I want to say
Fangio there, that team would have never did what it did in 2018.
No, it would not have.
No,
for sure.
Yeah,
1,000%. Tor, what's up? Thanks for joining us.
With it.
Our new resident Lions fan, O'Toole, joining us. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Good for you, by the way. Go fucking kick some ass, O'Toole. I'm rooting for you, man. Rooting for the Lions. From here on out, it's the Lions I'm rooting for. You guys are a powerhouse.
What makes you like the Lions more than the Vikings?
The Lions have never won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, Lions have never even
been. The Vikings have never won a Super Bowl. They've been to one. They lost Super Bowl 3. But for your argument, wouldn't you want a guy coming off of a Super Bowl victory to be your new head coach?
No. What I want is the guy that has been a quarterback in the NFL for 25 fucking seasons, or whatever the hell he has been, and coached however many teams backed up a quarterback or been the starter of, including the Lions, as many teams. The guy it's never the guys. It's like John Elway became the general manager of the Broncos. Could never find a quarterback. You would think that a Hall of Fame quarterback could find a quarterback. It's like the my buddies and I talk about this all the time. It's never the big name guys like the Michael Jordans never go on to become great coaches. It's because they're so great that the game comes to them and they don't almost need coaching. Like Tom Brady would be a terrible coach, but a Josh McCown who fought his way through the NFL for that many years and bounced around from team to team and was a man's man, a guy's guy. He was full of charisma. He's just a fucking football guy. He's the guy that held the teams together that he was on. And I could see it many years ago that he was going to be a great head coach. Didn't you hear me? Guys, Foster, didn't I talk about Josh McCown a year or two ago?
Yes, you did.
And now here we sit.
You brought him up several times.
And here we are again. Like, thank you, Cliff. I'm trying to make him the new.
This real quick. Oh, sorry, Dan.
I'm trying to make him the new Tyson Bagent, Cliff. He is me unequivocally the guy that I want. There is no other. I sat there. I'm telling you guys, for a 13+ hour drive. After talking with you, we sat in a hot tub, Jason, and just talked about Bears.
I think we need to turn this off, black that out.
Fully nude, stroking each other off, just talking about the Bears.
That's not true.
I knew how important this was for our team. Auntie, chill.
Well, that's you had too
Auntie,
much.
Chill.
You were sleeping for that part, Jason.
Jason has robe.
So we've all sat here and talked about who's the next. Oh, and you see all these reports. Oh, Cliff Kingsbury is reportedly what's his name from the Vikings defensive coordinator is supposedly the next. Oh, so and so. No, fuck that. I don't want any of those guys. I don't want Mike Vrabel, defensive guy, offensive coordinator. He's going to bring an offensive coordinator, just get fucking handed off to another team, and then we keep starting over and over and over and over again. We're not going to trade all of our draft picks for that guy, Carl.
Boom!
You know, hey, Shorty, you remember what I said about trading all our draft picks for? Didn't I? I said it in the truck on the way back from the Thursday night game, the Seahawks. I said what we should do, and it kind of was a joke, but it was like we should just give Detroit all of our picks this year, all of our picks next year, just for their front 5 offensive line, just their 5 starters. We'll take those, have all our picks. Thank you very much. And then have Ben Johnson as well. But, because
because
what happened.
that's the one binding thing to Ben Johnson that you can equivalate him to doing well with, right? Is his offensive line.
Yeah. That's the thing, mate.
Don't trust it.
With all of these, every option, there's always you can find something like that with each candidate, and that's the thing. That's the skill of the front office, is to find the guy whose weakness we can overcome. Because people say that about Johnson, don't they? Like, well, yeah, but he's got 2 great running backs. He's got the brilliant offensive line. Yep. He's going to be successful, isn't he? Because he can just pound it down your throat with those 2 until he starts letting it loose. Goff's got all day in the pocket. You can pick up a receiver because some Brown will be open somewhere. Hawkinson, the tight end, will be somewhere. Yeah. So, yeah, get it. They've got talent on the front.
It sure makes it easier, doesn't it, Jason, when you got that?
Yeah, absolutely.
It does. It does. It makes
we had the talent, but we had all the discrepancies at offensive line. And I wanted to cut in before we get too far down the road. Hey, Sam. Hey, Aiden. Sam Long. Fellas, it's Sam and Aiden from Lottie before Thursday night's game. Love the content.
No shit.
Yeah.
They're down. Yeah.
What's up, Sam?
Thanks, guys. That was nice meeting you out there. They're good guys and strong Bears fans, and they gave us a little guidance on getting to the stadium, the quickest way to walk. If you remember.
Oh, they did. Dude, Sam, you saved our lives. Thank you, man. Dude, thank you for hanging out with us tonight, Sam. That means so much to us, man. That's really special.
Here too. There was 5 guys there, man. I don't remember all the names, but Sam and Aiden are in the chat.
I was wondering if any of you guys that we were talking to is going to hang out with us from Lot E tonight, and I appreciate you hanging out with us. I want to know what you think about Josh McCown, if you heard my rant, because I if you want the new upcoming guy, to me, it's not Ben Johnson. It's not. He could be another Matt Nagy.
And well, to be fair, mate, that's why I'm kind of almost agreeing with you in my mind, because at some point, somebody first hired Andy Reid. At some point, somebody first hired Matt LaFleur. At some point, somebody first hired Shanahan. Oh, this is what happens. And one day, surely, we've got to be the people, the team that picks the next generational coach, the great offensive mind. And I kind of do want an offensive-minded head coach now, because it seems that that's the way the league is leaning. So if you've got a great offensive coordinator, look at what's happening with the talk around Ben Johnson. He's lighting up the offense, the NFL with his offense. So everyone's going, well, he'll be a head coach now. So I don't want to build this offense and have a great offensive coordinator and then have him stolen because we got a defensive head coach and he's got to find another OC. So, and this is just kind of why a whole of other reasons about Flores as well, isn't there? But that's another reason why I kind of don't want him. But I want us to have the offensive play calling head coach, so that if we're successful, he's not going to get stolen after 2 seasons. We want that guy to be there. So maybe why shouldn't we be the team to pick the one guy that's going to start lighting up the league with some crazy plays? So yeah, I kind of get it. I know the thing is, they're the same with all of us. All of us do the same thing. We pick a guy we want based on our preferences, and that's all we do is we shout about who we prefer for whatever the reasons are going around in our head. But ultimately, we don't know if it's going to work. We're just throwing some ideas out, and sometimes some of them stick, don't they? But yeah, it's just so painful, isn't it, to have to go through this cycle again. So, and I kind of agreed with you when we were chatting about it that night, saying that I think that we have to kind of reset both almost, because and again, there's no reason why you can't keep polls and then get a head coach and they suddenly works and everything starts being fine and dandy. But I get it. I understand the cycle. I think I said to you, didn't I? It's taken me a while to get up to speed with this kind of I was never really sure about, that isn't my quarterback. I didn't pick him, or, this isn't my head coach. I didn't choose him. I didn't kind of really buy into that all the time. But then I didn't really buy into the sort of cap thing of with Fields' contract. But now, after hanging around with you guys for a bit and listening to the chat and watching the shows, it's like I'm kind of finally starting to understand how it works. So I do see entirely why they got rid of Fields, because of the money. And he was progressing, and sorry to bring it out if PJ's going to listen in a few hours, but I understand how it all works now. So I kind of see that the polls thing must fit, and if we are going to be in that same cycle again if he stays. Go ahead, mate. And
you see now that Caleb Williams has had more passing yards in one season as a rookie than Justin Fields has had in 3 years as a Bear.
Mate, totally. I am 1,000% on board. We've got our quarterback. And that's what worries me the most, is that we're going to ruin this opportunity.
I wrote this down right now. Caleb Williams has 3,393 yards passing. Jordan Love has 3,320.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams has 19 touchdowns. Love has 25. Caleb Williams has 6 interceptions. Love has 11. We won't talk about their quarterback rating because he gets sacked all the time, but
Yeah, just the passer rating, mate. Yeah.
You know, the fact that Love came out last year and broke every single record that any first-year starter for Green Bay has had, Caleb Williams has done the same thing this year for us.
Yeah.
And you have got to pair him with a fucking quarterback. Ben Johnson was not an NFL quarterback. He may be a great play caller, but he's a holdover from the previous regime that couldn't do shit. And yeah, Dan Campbell he's a great offensive mind that is able to put the right guys in the right place. He might have, put Ben Johnson in the right place, but that for me is not enough. And that's why I compared him to Matt Nagy. He's a better play caller than Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy never called plays in Kansas City. But Matt Nagy was never he was a quarterback, but he was never an NFL quarterback. Whereas Ben Johnson, if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, O'Toole, you might know this, was never an NFL quarterback. I would much rather have the guy that was a journeyman veteran that that kind of peaked with the Bears and had his chance to become a starter with the Bears. And they were like, fuck you, sit on the bench because Cutler's healthy again. Even though you just won us 4 or 5 games in a row. We're not going to go with the hot hand. That's the reason why Trestman lost that team, was because of McCown pulling the team together. And I was so pissed that season. That they just didn't ride the hot hand. And I've been a Josh McCown fan ever since. And here I sit standing here today begging, I'm putting it into ether. Please go get Josh McCown as your head coach, Chicago Bears. Please do it. You want someone with that offensive acumen. You want someone that's been there, done that. You want someone that's led the room, been in the quarterback rooms. You want that guy. I want a hands up and everyone in chat. You guys on the panel. Does anyone think that he cannot call plays? Jason, yes or no? Do you think that Josh McCown would be a shitty play caller? Yes or no?
I have no reason to say no.
Okay, Foster.
Same here. I can't
Carl.
say no. The guys.
I have no reason to say yes.
Chet.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay. Chet, do you think that Josh McCown, all percentages wise, would be a shitty play caller? Yes or no? Yes or no? Because if your answer is yes, then fuck letting some other team let him call plays for a year. Go make him your head coach. He's already been here. He knows the fucking staff. He knows the ownership. He's not going to want $16 million a year. He fits right into the McCaskey budget. Well, he's like the perfect answer for me.
Dude, the coaching continuity and play calling is just so important. Here, let's look at the Bears offensive linemen that left here this year. 3 of those guys had decent seasons with other teams for the entire season.
Do not say Lucas Patrick. I will not let you.
Why can't Lucas Patrick had a decent season with the Saints?
No, he didn't. He's trash, and I'll show proof. But go on.
I'm only going on. I haven't watched, Carl. I'm just going on. Again, these are numbers I shouldn't go on, but I'm going on.
These are numbers that happened in the first quarter.
PFF grades, man, of what 3 of those guys did for their season, and it was better number wise at least than what they did with the Bears. Why is that? What's the problem? It's the offensive coordinator. If you're not coaching these guys up properly, if they're not, if there's no continuity, how can you be any good? And then when I see guys, and maybe they are trash, but when I see guys go to another team and you look at their PFF grade with, let's say, the Saints as opposed to with the Bears, and the grade's 15 points higher for every guy, why is that? Terrible. Absolutely. I agree, Kyle. There's no problem, but you can't show me one play and say the guy sucked all year. That's all I'm saying. You could show me 5 or 6, 10 of those plays where he sucked. Because every lineman's going to have him during the year.
That's ironic, because if you really dive into the nitty gritty, that would indicate that Coleman Shelton is a very good player. So I've got a stat that I'll show you. I don't know if we'll enjoy seeing this. Bear with me.
It's no biggie. It's all I'm saying is their numbers improved when they left Chicago. Why is that?
Well, the O-line's a unit, isn't it? That's what I asked.
That's one big thing,
continuity.
Jason. Continuity is very important.
Yeah.
So, I really, really like Football Insights. I think that they have really good content. But this chart is showing sack avoidance and expected points added per dropback. So, rule of thumb with graphs. Top right, good. Bottom left, bad. Pressure to sack rate down here, as you'll see. 30% of the time that Caleb Williams is pressured, he's sacked.
Yeah.
So the only other quarterback who's worse than that is Will Levis, and he's terrible. EPA per dropback, it's negative. And he's on par with guys like Dak Prescott and CJ Stroud, but they're having down years. So it is a Caleb Williams issue, and he admitted that in his recent press conference. I'm sure we all know that. But it's also, I don't know, a continuity and an experience issue. All that to say, I don't know if hiring a rookie head coach who has never been a head coach or even a play caller is worth it. Thanks for my TED Talk.
And I wanted to get to this too before we forget, was because you had asked about Ben Johnson. So Ben Johnson was actually a college quarterback. Artur stated it somewhere in the chat.
I'll bring it up right now.
And then Artur also says, Mr. Shorty, to be fair, Ben Johnson is actually a Dan Campbell guy, protege, not a holdover. He was with Miami and the defensive coordinator for 5 years, and he recommended defensive coordinator Sheila.
Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
So wait, Ben Johnson was a DC before he was an OC?
I don't know if I read that right.
So it was his career began as an assistant with Miami Dolphins in 2012, coaching quarterbacks, tight ends, and wide receivers. Johnson later joined the Lions in 2019, rising to OC, and in 2022, leading the team to 2 top 5 offenses.
Maybe it should have been OC.
I believe in your guy, O'Toole. I really do. I just believe in him sticking with you as a Lions OC. If he knows what's good for him, it's going to be sticking with the Lions as OC. And it's hard for me to understand why anyone in his position would just jump ship for something that he can lead. If I'm not saying in his mind he doesn't believe he can lead a team, but it takes a lot. His responsibilities get diminished as a head coach. Yeah. He's not able to focus on that one spot. So Dan Campbell putting him in that position as offensive coordinator, I think really brought out the smarts in him, like you say, Mr. Mayhem, to show he's a smart guy. I think that's his niche. And maybe you give him, you kind of Josh McDaniels him. You let him win the Super Bowl with you guys, maybe 1 or 2, and then let him go on his own. I'm not sure. I mean, we've seen it with Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels quarterbacked, or he offensive coordinated how many fucking Super Bowls with Tom Brady? And who is making Jared Goff who he is right now? Who's doing that? Is it Dan Campbell or is it Ben
Penei Sewell?
Or is it Penei Sewell? Yeah.
Got an answer.
So for me, when I compare apples to oranges, Josh McCown is a much brighter rising star than a Ben Johnson because of his former full-blown fucking NFL acumen as a quarterback and as backing up starting quarterbacks, because he basically becomes a slash play caller slash offensive coordinator slash QB coach all in one, doing that for so many years. And for me, it's like I don't care that he's not called plays. I could give a flying fuck. What I see is a man who is a man's man, a guy's guy that can lead men and bring them all together. And it has to do with karma too, right? Like your not karma, but your charisma. How far does your charisma take you in life? Like for me, my charisma has taken me all the way to meeting all you fuckers, and your charisma has taken you all the way to meeting me, right?
Pretty shitty charisma.
and everyone in chat is here because of charisma in some way, shape, or form, right? And I see charisma in Josh McCown. I see a leader. I see a play caller. I see a developer. I see someone who has seen it, done it, been there a million times over, and has an answer for the next problem. That's what I see in Josh McCown. And for me, I am going to the table for Josh McCown from here on out. So just get ready for it, guys. Go do your own research and prove me wrong.
So you're attributing all of the quarterback success of Sam Darnold to one Josh McCown.
No, I'm attributing that to be the end result.
When do you think that McCown was hired by the Vikings?
Last year.
Okay, so you understand that. Didn't we see drastically improved performance from Kirk Cousins on the Vikings? And he weaseled his way into another undeserved contract. He goes to the Falcons and he gets exposed for what he is.
Yeah, we saw like 4 quarterbacks come through there last year.
Yeah,
but it doesn't. For me,
why are you stripping Kevin O'Connell of what he is?
I'm not. I'm saying that Kevin O'Connell hired him for a reason, and so therefore,
Mike Vrabel hired Matt LaFleur, and after one season, he became a head coach. I mean, I feel like you're not accepting how good of a coach Kevin O'Connell is.
Okay, let me ask the Packers this question: would it have mattered if the Packers would have hired Matt LaFleur as head coach when he was offensive coordinator for the Rams?
Say what now?
Would it have mattered if the Packers have hired Matt LaFleur away from the Rams when he was offensive coordinator or quarterbacks coach?
Are you talking about the Redskins when he was on the Redskins staff?
Right. Or whether did Matt LaFleur have to prove that he was an offensive coordinator with the Titans for the Packers to hire him? Do you think it would have made a difference?
I think you're just seeing like a spontaneous combustion of super talented coaches from that tree. I mean, any which way you look on that Redskins staff, it's just all talent. So,
are you saying you don't think Josh McCown would be a great head coach?
I mean, it would just be a mistake, and what it would end up doing is just flaming out, and we'd have to scrap.
Why?
Because he has no experience, and he has not proven himself to be worthy of that.
Experience in what?
Being anything. He's just been an assistant.
Wait. You said anything. That's back up. Being what?
What?
He was a fucking quarterback in the NFL for fucking 20 years.
Okay, I'm sure Matt Nagy had some quarterback experience. We even see Ben Johnson was a quarterback in college.
Matt Nagy was a quarterback in the XFL.
Right, yeah.
CFL.
So you still have to be cerebral enough to play that position, right? I just don't think that's the super defining factor.
Let's talk about.
You didn't see what I said earlier. I had put on Byron Leftwich on the screen. Byron Leftwich was literally the next man up in line, another piece of the Tom Brady tree, if you will. He was going to be the next great thing. Where has his name gone?
Byron Leftwich was a projected starter and tried to be starter for
many years. He was a first-round draft pick.
Exactly. Thank you. He was a failed one.
He still was okay. He got dispelled by Gerard.
What pick was Josh McCown?
I couldn't tell you, but the light that you're casting on McCown is from his time in Chicago. That was the most talented offense that the Bears have ever had.
True.
Oh, God. Let me look it up.
The offense, yeah. I mean, that was a complete offense, man.
Especially when you look back and see what Matt Forte had accomplished. Yeah. The Twin Tower wide receivers. Yeah, hell, that was probably the year that Martellus Bennett had almost 1,000 yards receiving. That was the most talented offense this city, this team has ever seen.
I mean, I can agree. I have to agree with that because it's true. It's true.
So just because he had a good game against the Cowboys, I love the guy for him. I hope that he can join the Bears in some capacity on their staff. But to be their head coach, that would cause guys like Jason to come back and burn house halls down. That would be asinine.
If he did, he would be well deserved of it.
Yeah. Don't forget, when you come back and do that, man, don't forget to try some tamales.
Some Molly?
Tamales.
Josh McCown played for Josh McCown played for the Cardinals, the Lions, the Raiders, the Panthers.
I had it on the screen. Look,
the Bears,
It's scrolling to the
Buccaneers,
bottom.
the Browns, the
So
Jets.
he has a good broad knowledge of different offensive systems, then, doesn't he? I see that's the point you're making entirely.
But Shorty's point regarding Leftwich was that he wasn't good enough to stick. Isn't that a McCown thing?
No. My point is that he was a much higher draft pick that was expected to stick. Josh McCown was not. He stuck because of who he is. He stuck because of the guy's guy, the man's man, the football player that he is. And he played in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 offenses. He's coached.
A third round pick is nothing to laugh at, by the way.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not, but you were probably shitting in your diapers the day that Josh McCown was beating the Dallas Cowboys. Do you remember that game?
The Bears? That's why I just explained that.
Were you not shitting in your diapers?
You could have given Kyle Orton a Joe Biden IV drip, and I swear to God that Kyle Orton could have beat the Cowboys that day. That offense was juiced.
Were you shitting in your diapers or not?
What year is this?
Last week.
2013? 14.
Yeah, diapers. Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, Carl, we know. Not 94, Dan.
I will argue with you all day long on this, all night long too.
There's just no sustenance to it. It's kind of just like on a whim.
Well, it's partially gut, but it's also partially like what I've seen from him. And I see a great rising head coach. And if you have to just bypass offensive coordinator, what's the damn difference?
We'll have to look that up. Have there been any non-play callers that have immediately became successul head coaches?
Yes, there have been.
Immediately.
John Harbaugh never called plays. Mike Ditka never called plays. What else? Who else in chat hasn't called plays?
You're serious? Harbaugh? Did Harbaugh have any coaching experience? John Harbaugh?
John Harbaugh was a special teams coordinator.
Yeah.
That's a coordinator. It's not as illustrious, but
so fucking you can't tell me that Josh McCown didn't call plays when he was coaching high school football. He called plays then.
But I mean, to be an integral part of an NFL coaching staff is much different than what they've done in high school.
And John Harbaugh never did. John Harbaugh was a special teams coordinator before he was a head coach. So was Mike Ditka.
I mean, we know on this channel how we feel about the Harbaugh brothers. That feels like cherry picking to me.
Well, Harbaugh is gone. I cannot pound the table for a Harbaugh anymore.
All this to say, we're squabbling under hiring a new head coach or a Mike Vrabel who could be washed. There's only There's only one solution.
No, fuck that guy. He's already washed up.
McVay is washed?
He's washed. What else? Next. What do you got?
That's going to be a great
Carl, I thought he's got like a 3-year contract extension, dude.
It doesn't matter if Matt Stafford's wife cheats on him one more time and Cooper Kupp says, I can't do it anymore, trade me, and Stafford retires. You got to make a move. You'll have a top 5 pick. A top 5 pick to get a head coach for 15 years. That's a good trade. Fuck, that's a good trade.
So you want this?
We're out of picks
here. So Foster, who do you want?
I don't have a decision you made yet.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Who do you want?
Same. I have
thank you. Chat. Who do you want? Thank you, chat. So Josh McCown is the answer.
No. I would take McVay if we could get him. I really would.
Yeah, there's no chance.
When we did this 2 or 3 weeks ago, we sat here and went, okay.
Jason, you said no?
So
I don't want to trade picks for a coach.
Jason, may I ask why, Jason?
That's how you build your team.
3-year extension. Why would those guys even leave the cushy, perfect jobs they
Jason, do you know, Jason, what the average career of an NFL football player is in the NFL?
3 or 4 years, isn't it?
Yeah. So if you got 3 times that for the head coach of all 53 players on your team, isn't that worth one measly top 5 draft pick?
Yes.
It would suck in the moment. I admit that. It would suck. but it's not like there's a slam dunk, can't miss prospect in this draft, in my opinion, outside of Mason Graham, by the way.
Okay, well then maybe then it depends how much we're giving up though, doesn't it? Because we've still got holes to fill. So
it would be a lot. He's a top tier coach on a good team.
This in the chat, Carl, doing math. He said you were 20 years old.
He would know he was there. Huh?
Oh, okay.
When you were shitting your diapers.
Ben Johnson reminds me. He when I think of Ben Johnson as calling plays for this team, it makes me want to take Viagra. That's how I feel about Ben Johnson.
I also don't want Ben Johnson, for the record.
Okay.
You want McVay. We know.
Opinions are like arseholes, aren't they? We've all got one.
Samo says Dan Campbell never called plays.
A third one. Thank you, Samo. So
but he was on the way out before Ben Johnson saved his ass.
Dan Campbell, Mike Ditka, and who else never called plays?
I said immediately had success, by the way.
Samo, get behind me. Can you agree? Josh McCown. Let's bypass the fucking offensive coordinator bullshit. Let's not hire him as an offensive coordinator. Let some other team take him. Let's just leapfrog all that shit and go, that's our guy. This handsome, chisel fucking jawed motherfucker with perfect hair and glasses as our next head coach. I'm gonna stand up again. I'm pounding the table for this guy.
Nope,
we hear you, man.
He looks too good. Can't have him, dude. Sorry.
Yeah.
Look, you can see the sidelines in his glasses. That's how cool he is. I can't believe I'm getting kickback from you guys.
You made I'm not kicking back, man. I'll say it could work.
All day long.
It could work, couldn't they? It's a complex thing. Otherwise, it'd be easy to fix. You know, it's just like like I said, somebody at some point hired Andy Reid. Somebody at some point hired Matt LaFleur, Mike Shanahan. All these people get their first gig somewhere, don't they? And the thing is, we've all got our preferences based on what we prefer, and just for whatever reason, I don't know. And none of us can say it will work. Otherwise, it'd be easy to pick the next head coach, wouldn't it?
Let me ask you this:
your reasoning makes sense, mate. Your reasoning makes sense. That he's got a full experience. He's played quarterback. He can understand the position that Caleb is in, and I mean, it might work. So I'm not going to say no, it won't because of whatever. I just pray they fucking get it right because I'm sick of this shit.
That's the biggie. They're not going to hire McNown anyways. I get it, sure.
Oh, they will never hire McCown.
No. It's let's get the right people in here for once.
They will never hire. I'm just telling you guys,
right fucking people in here that have the right attitude and the right whatever it takes, whether it's sitting there talking softly to a guy in a corner saying, dude, get the fuck out there and do your job, whatever it takes. Because sometimes you got to do both. And I'm only saying that as having multiple, hundreds of employees over the years. I've never been a football coach, but I know each individual, the way they're motivated can be totally different at times with each individual player. So we've got to we need people in here that can handle these situations, man, properly, and coach and call plays and make these guys run the play properly. Because I mean, how long all year there was a mistake there that he wasn't supposed to pull on that block, or Dunze was supposed to go right and he went, I'm like every game we can pull 5 or 10 things where they say that when you go back after the game. Oh yeah, well that was a mistake, So how many, besides all the penalties, how many mistakes can you handle and still win? Well, the Bears have way too many mistakes from top to bottom. Let's end the damn mistakes and start getting some stuff right.
But Foster, those guys don't grow on trees. That's why I think you have to go out of your way to acquire one because there's a lot of fixing to be had.
I agree with that 100%, Carl.
I think now's a good time to get into some of the starred chats. I don't think we have to deep dive into all these names, but I think it's worth mentioning kind of cliff notes. So, what do you guys think about?
I did want to tell. I forget to tell everybody, man. We've been starring stuff. So, like for the guys that we met in the parking lot, and I think Cliff had a question. Get to it, Carl. I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Yeah. No, just I want to hear your guys' thoughts. The cliff notes. Seymour Butts a while back asked about Brian Flores. What do you guys think about Brian Flores, the defensive coordinator currently for the Vikings?
I like him. He's a winner. He makes things happen on the field, man. Go back and look at him even with the Dolphins. I know there was a lot of controversy and stuff, But look at that Vikings defense, man.
I would like to just add one splash to that.
Mm-hmm.
He got hate for the way that he treated Tua. Why did he treat Tua the way that he did? Because he told management that he wanted to draft one Justin Herbert, who is clearly the better quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if Brian Flores has interest in the Bears, that means that he sees a good quarterback here already, hopefully.
Right.
But does that mean that if he's in a place where he's got a problem with somebody, he will not do what's best for the organization and he'll actually make things difficult? And which
yeah, he's actively suing the NFL over either
a
racist-related claim or defamation. Yeah, it's a slippery slope with him, and I'd be very nervous with him. But
same. That's why I think they won't go for him either, because of that ongoing case. They won't want to go near that, will they? The McCaskies.
Here's a good point, because I'm glad Cliff put this in here. Look at the guy's tough enough to be suing the NFL, and he's still hired and being a successful defensive coordinator.
That's a good point.
So what does that tell you?
He only has 6 defensive plays to call through as well. He's got a fucking laminated note card on defense. I mean,
blitz.
He's just like, line of scrimmage, blitz. Van Ginkel, line up on top of the center, blitz. It's ridiculous.
Listen, this is how
I don't care if it's one play, Carl. It's working.
This is how fucking competent I am in Josh McCown. I will literally, every one of you in chat, email me at bearscountrypodcast@gmail.com and put in the subject line lunch bet and email me, and I will bet every one of you fuckers, Jason, Foster, Carl, every one of you in chat, Samo, Lee Laurie, Cliff, Busted Knee, Scottish Bear, O'Toole, I will bet every fucking one of you lunch. Go out and buy yourself lunch.
Plane ticket, go with it. Yeah.
Go out and email me. Get on the bet list. Go get it, and then once Josh McCown becomes the head coach for another team, while we're sitting there with our dicks in our hand with Joe Blow on his fucking, he has 2 years left on a fucking lame dunk contract when he's fucking 7-9 the year before, whatever the fuck the 17 game season is, 7-10. And I will bet every single one of you a lunch bet. If you email me, I will PayPal you a fucking lunch receipt that Josh McCown will be a great head coach in this league. And
could I get tea and crumpets off this bet?
Oh,
I'll give you fucking fake ones. They won't be the real ones, but yeah.
Oh, and I'm not interested. I'm not interested.
He wants the real thing.
Go buy Portillo's. Go buy a $15.
What about Johnny's beef?
I will bet your asses that Josh McCown will be, if not in the next 2 years, he will become one of the best head coaches in this league. I promise you that. I know it. I feel it in my bones. My gut is telling me it's coming all the way up my ass. My ass hurts. My legs hurt. Everything hurts because I feel it and I know it and I know they will never do it. And you guys pushing back on it makes it even worse. And then in 5 years, we're going to go, yeah, fuck, you were right, Shorty.
December 2nd show, an hour and 43 minutes in.
The entire show, I'm just going to sit there like that.
I love your passion, Shorty. You know that.
I'm gonna put out a King's hat with a fucking Josh McCown on the front of the fucking King's crown. I'm gonna sit here and go.
Are you saying they're gonna hire him as head coach in the next 2 years?
I'm saying they never will hire him as a head coach, but
somebody else is going to hire McCown as a head coach in the next 2 seasons.
5 years. Okay, Josh McCown will take whatever team he is head coaching to the playoffs.
Okay,
I guarantee it. So why not just leapfrog it? Do it now. Make it the unusual hire. Don't overcompensate like you did with John Fox and look for, don't pay $16 million for Ben Johnson when you really don't know what he has outside of his offensive line. His offensive line gives him a lot of leeway, guys. He's able to have Penei Sewell fucking take a sweep and try to throw the ball.
One thing that I really dislike about Lions fans, which is why I kind of dislike you rooting for them and wanting them to win the Super Bowl, are really...
That's it. You're on here, Carl.
They're really bad in telling you that their offensive line is not good. Like, it's really fucking annoying.
Busted knee. I'm not overthinking this. I promise you I'm not. Just go look at his resume. Look at Josh McCown's resume.
Oh my God. Chad Spieger, I hate that comment regarding Trace Armstrong. I mean, if you listen to Greg Gabriel, he'll tell you there's really not that many agents for these guys. So it's kind of a moot point to look at. It's really worthless, in my opinion. Guys, I just want to go through these starred comments because you've been collecting dust for hours at this point.
What are you eating over there, Foster?
I'm eating a steak burger from Squab's Euros at Mannheim Road and Fullerton Avenue. It's a steak burger, dude.
Is this hashtag not an ad, or are we sponsored, Foster?
We're not sponsored, but
they can change that.
Aiden Walker, he's one of the guys from the parking lot, was asking what am I eating over there, man.
Oh, Aiden Walker's from the parking lot too?
Yeah.
Ah. Look at you out promoting BCP during the game.
Every time I go, we pick up another 3 or 4 subs.
You guys got to get some note cards with some QR codes on it or something.
Fart man saying I had a fart.
Before we get back to your questions, Carl, the Mr. Beep on Harlem is not as good. Somebody else had also mentioned it. You want a good Italian beep, and you're on the northwest side, close to Harlem Avenue, is Dino's Pizza Pub. They've been there for like 60 years.
He will not shut up about this.
Hashtag not an ad.
On Italian grilled bread with garlic seasoning and melted mozzarella cheese, and then it's really the real Italian beef like it's supposed to be made. So let's go back to the question, Carl.
Just real quick, I don't want this to take a lot of time. I just think we owe it to the viewers to address their comments. So I'm going to flash this one for reasons that are unknown. But real quick, what are your guys' thoughts on Rex Ryan?
Sorry, Carl.
Have to remind me. I don't know. I don't have enough knowledge.
Rex Ryan was previously the head coach of the Jets when the Jets won a playoff game a long time ago.
CBS.
He's a pundit on ESPN.
Okay. ESPN, CBS Sports. He's all over the place.
He's also really fat.
He's also he's on the Score probably once a month. They have him on. Talk about the Bears.
Okay, so if he's been out of the game for a while, that's probably enough for me to say no.
I'm out on him myself. And oh my God, Armando, you live down the block from me? Sorry, I just happened to notice this.
This guy's ADHD is nuts.
Dino's is around the corner from me, Foster. I'm like, then you live near me. So
hang out with Foster, Armando.
Yeah. I'm out on Rex Ryan, dude. He knows a lot. He's still got a lot of connections, but his days are past. His days are past as a head coach, in my opinion.
Shorty, any thoughts?
Josh McCown.
All right, next. King Pookie asks, good old John Gruden, question mark.
That's where the analytical guy goes.
Hey, Coach Gruden, go for it right here. Go for it.
Bueller?
Anyone?
I'm 50-50 on Gruden, man.
Yeah,
I don't see it, but if there's that outside chance, because the guy, he has won, but I don't know. There's other candidates that I would take over Gruden. I'll just leave it at that, dude.
Hold on a second. Pull up Busted Knee's comment. Shorty, go make Foster fart in the bag, and you guys can make that coach. I know you'll find a way to love it and find ways how only you can carry the Bears to a Super Bowl.
Gotta love the comments we get. I don't see.
Wait a second. Is that profile picture? What is that profile picture? That is a busted knee, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like
God, that's nasty. I gotta hide it. It's nasty. Oh my God.
A knee that was bitten by a fucking brown recluse spider.
Oh my God.
And Bartman says nobody wants Rex foot fetish Ryan in Illinois.
Yeah.
No.
I forgot about that, Bartman.
You've been out of football for what? How many years? 5, 6, 8?
Longer.
All right, let's put Sam Long's question on the screen. He had been waiting patiently.
Yeah.
He said, "Thanks for the shout out. I've got a question. Why would Ben Johnson even think about leaving? Lions are just now at the top of the NFL and looking good for a Super Bowl. No way he leaves for cheap."
Agreed.
So you already kind of mentioned that. I don't know if you want to address that any
why
further.
you
But
go and get Josh McCown for $5 million a year.
I think it depends on the personality, doesn't it, on the individual? Because some of them, they want to be a head coach. They always want to be a head coach. But some of them may have wanted that. They want to. He might be the kind of guy that thinks, "Well, I've built this. I want to see it through," and he won't leave until they win a Super Bowl. So, but he might be tempted by the money. Again, it's just totally down to the offer, the situation, the person involved. But then he might see the opportunity with the Bears, the cap space we've got next year, the potential of our quarterback. It's totally down to the individual. I don't see it as being a yes or no. It really is up to him, isn't it? So the question, you'd have to ask Ben Johnson: how much does he want to win a Super Bowl with the Lions and finish what he's started, or B, how much does he want to be a head coach, and which one trumps the other? That's the way I see it.
I agree. I'm going to throw this in there. There's only 32 of these jobs, and how many coaches that are not head coaches that are coaching in the NFL right now? Like, remember Vic Fangio when he was here? His dream was to be a head coach. I mean, he stated that was one of his things that he always wanted to do was be a head coach.
Yeah.
And he got the chance in Denver, and we know that he's not a head coach.
It went badly.
We know he's probably one of the best defensive coordinators in the NFL today, if not the best. He's one of them.
Googly bear.
So everybody's got their position, and my thing is, I Ben Johnson, I'm like, I would think the guy wants to be a head coach. And I'm not saying I'm right, but
yeah, that's it. And there's that saying, isn't there, that everyone gets promoted to their first level of incompetence.
Yes, I've been doing that since I was born.
So you start at the bottom, you're great. You get promoted, you're great. You get promoted, you're great. You get promoted, you're great. Then you finally out your depth, and then you get to a point where you suck, and then you go back down to where you're good. So
yeah, I've been sucking.
Foster, you are the king of. Oh yeah, I used to work there. Yeah, my cousin works for the shitter pipe system down in the fucking lower bend of the. Hey, I used to work there. Yeah, my uncle used to work for Raytheon. Yeah, I used to work there.
Hey, I didn't work for Soldier Field, man. Remember?
Oh, that's true. That's the one thing I got over you.
Yep.
Look at him and his little pass. He keeps it there ready.
Just like a good Bears fan looking at things from last fucking century that make us proud.
Myself in the back for the good old days.
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking 85 Bears. That was the day, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. Let's live in that time. I'm fucking so sick of talking about the 85 Bears.
See, Samo got my point here correct, because there are only 32 NFL coaching jobs, and the opportunity will not be there forever. I mean, that's an answer for a plus, him taking the Bears job. I would,
Well, here's always been my thing with that position, right? You leave, you're part of a team that has a Hall of Fame quarterback or one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league, and you coach that you coach that quarterback to be that way, right? So, you're the next hot guy.
Oh, Matt
so
Nagy?
then that guy, yeah. So then that guy gets hired, and then they suck. And then it doesn't matter if it's the Bears or whatever. Like that guy always sucks because he goes to a team that doesn't have a quarterback. We do have a quarterback. Ben Johnson may be able to succeed with our quarterback, but in my opinion, he's sitting right there at the ledge of what quarterback development is compared to Josh McCown that is up here. Josh McCown has played for 8 teams. He's played for from 2002 to 2019. He's played in so many offenses. He's been the glue that's held the teams together for all those times, including our own team under Trestman. That's why Mike Vrabel's a defensive coordinator. He's going to hire an offensive coordinator. He's going to lose it. He's going to, if we're good. If we suck, if the offensive coordinator is good under Vrabel, he'll get hired to go become a head coach. If he's not, he'll suck, and then he loses his job, and we start all over again. You have to have the guy that knows how to run a team, run an offense, develop a quarterback. That comes from the eyes of a quarterback. When we got our dogs, a good friend of mine said, if you're going to get a dog, read How to Be a Dog's Best Friend, which is it's through the eyes of a dog. The book is through the eyes of a dog. So if you're gonna develop a quarterback, you want to develop the quarterback through the eyes of the quarterback, not through the eyes of the defensive coordinator or through the eyes of an offensive coordinator that's going to leave in 2 years because he wants a head coaching job. You want the guy that's already got the job. And that's, for me, from this day forward, don't ask me again. It's Josh McCown. It's Josh McCown. Josh McCown. Josh McCown. What'd you ask me? Oh, it's Josh McCown. That's my answer. Josh McCown.
Okay.
Josh McCown. Josh McCown.
Oh.
Not to be confused with Cade McNown. Josh McCown.
Oh. Cade McNown. Terrible draft.
Oh, terrible. Fuck John Gruden, busted knee. John Gruden. Have you seen John Gruden lately? He looks like he's been eating Chicago-style pizzas for like the last 4 years and drinking a 12-pack beer a day.
There might be something to that. If he's eating Chicago pizzas, they don't sell them anywhere, dude. Not like you can get them anywhere.
You can get shitty ones anywhere.
You can get shitty ones. Right?
We can get them over here. So you can get them in the freezer section in the supermarket. Chicago-style pizzas.
You can?
Yeah.
By what brand?
I don't fucking know. I don't buy them, do I? I'll send you a picture next time I'm there. I can't remember what it's called. Something Towns.
Gumalati's?
No, it won't be an American brand, mate. It's some
cheap ass knockoff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we got the cheap ass knockoff name of crumpets that you've never heard of.
Yeah. Ortua here has given us a little insight. He's been talking about this Wes Phillips guy too. It's quite interesting to have someone come on and from Detroit and have some reasonable chat. This is refreshing. So yeah, thanks for being here. But it's to see this comment from him.
He says KOC was checked down Charlie until Wes Phillips came on board with the Rams. McVay and KOC are naturally conservative and need to air it out to guys in their corners. If McCown is learning from Phillips, McCown, in my opinion, doesn't need to learn from anybody. That's my point.
Well, that's what he's saying. Is if he's been part of the same team that's changed that offense, so he's been with Wes Phillips is part of his coaching team, and the two of them together have done it. Then maybe he'll bring some of that. But that's certainly what we need. We need to send the ball downfield more, don't we?
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm down. I'm down. Just something different, for God's sake. Just get it right.
Anyway, don't be the team that gets the guy that everyone wishes they had, not the guy that everyone wishes they got rid of.
We have to be the ones to pick that first hire for this next brilliant coach at some point, don't we? Surely, at some point, we have to just luck in. Like a broken clock is right twice a day, yeah. So surely, if we keep hiring new people that are new head coaches, then one of them is going to be a good one.
I've said that for years, Jason. Only I said it like the blind squirrel gets the nut.
Yeah.
Right. No.
Squeegee's got a prediction. If Foles hires McNown, they'll be the first head coach in the Bears history fired together.
That's the spirit, Squeegee.
We were talking about first earlier.
I'll bet you lunch on that, Squeegee.
I would say
we have each other's numbers.
Before they fired Flus, I'm like, there's always a first for everything that happens in the NFL. There's always a first, and we witnessed it this year. First time in 100-something seasons that a Bears head coach has been fired during the regular season.
It's not the first time the coach has changed mid-season, though.
No, that's different, though. That was Halas.
I was just going to say that the only other person that caused the Bears to change the head coach in mid-season was actually Adolf Hitler, because it was Halas left to join the Navy in the war, didn't he?
Different scenario.
The only other reason the Bears have changed their head coach mid-season is because of Adolf fucking Hitler.
and that was really George Halas' doing, though, because he didn't have to take that assignment. He wanted to participate and help the war effort.
Sure,
that's the only reason he did that.
Then, yeah,
you got to remember, I was there.
Well, of course, yeah.
I know you were. Yeah. You already served and have been back for both wars. You were at World War I, World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War.
It was an experience in Korea, not a war.
The Iraq War. The Iraq War is what stained your beard, your mustache, actually.
Permanently.
I keep joking it was Wisconsin beard brought pussy, but it was really the war in Iraq.
It grows out this way, and there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it back naturally. It was the radiation.
Do you want to go back to those super chats about the potential coach hires that Carl highlighted?
Yes. Go back to it.
Not too much left. I guess if we're talking about Ben Johnson, Cliff seems to think that there needs to be a muscle guy involved for Mr. Ben Johnson. Who would that potentially be?
Got to keep creaming on players.
There's a good name that I have in my head, but I want to hear what you guys have to say first.
I don't know, because I'd have to look at who Johnson knows and who he's bringing with him and who his buddies are from prior coaching experiences, because he's going to have his little cohort of guys that he's going to covet. But I don't know if I could even answer that.
So what are the Lions good at? They're good at scoring on offense.
Running the ball.
They're good at sucking since
they're good at scoring on offense, right? And they obviously have a really good running game, but they also are able to get a lot of yards through the passing game, which means that they're completing passes to their wide receivers.
Because of what?
Who else besides Amon-Ra is a good wide receiver for the Lions?
Their offensive line.
No,
it's a wide receiver.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
Jameson Williams has been elevated throughout his time in the NFL, even though he's also taking Viagra and getting speeding tickets.
Wait, hold on, Carl. Jameson Williams was a top 10 fucking pick with 4.
Yeah, but he was very raw. Compare his first NFL game to his most recent NFL game. There's a lot of growth.
He should be more than he is right now, based on fucking.
It was probably a bad draft pick that the silly GM traded up for.
But it takes trick plays to make that guy look good. Like last week.
I understand that, a lot of hook and ladders. I get that, but just as an overall NFL wide receiver, he has improved. But my point here
not
is
to his potential, though. A top 10 pick.
He came into the NFL as a deep threat. He was drafted based on the Velus Jones speculation. You can't teach speed. That's it. They said you got speed, that's it. You picked him and you tried to develop him. And my point is that you did develop him. And why is that? Because Antoine Randall L. is a fantastic wide receivers coach. He would definitely be a guy I'd be interested in the Bears getting as a first-time offensive coordinator under a Ben Johnson, something like that. And again, I don't want Ben Johnson.
You're out of here. That's enough.
No, I get exactly what he's saying. He's right, though.
It's a reasonable argument.
It's logical.
Yeah.
This is also logical. Williams is trash. It's logical.
Williams has not lived up to his potential in that offense. Sorry.
Oh, he was a bad draft pick. He was overdrafted, just like Velus Jones.
I was scared to death of, and I'm not.
Why?
A hook and ladder doesn't make me fear him.
No, you were scared to death of him. Why?
Because of his speed.
And that's why he was drafted so highly, because he's someone who catches the football. He went to a big school. I mean, he's playing pretty well, man. I'm just saying the development.
Draft pick.
He literally
that's
is.
Probably
but
the weakest position for the Lions is their wide receiver.
Yeah, so they have to squeeze the lemon to get any piece of value out of it.
Tim Patrick is or Jameson Williams.
Right. One of their wide receivers is literally their running back. Like they don't have a lot of talent at wide receiver.
That's what I'm saying.
And they're getting production out of Jared Goff. Their wide receivers have been developed. Antoine Randall L. is a decent a decent coach. Definitely not head coach. Please God.
They're getting production out of Jared Goff because of their offensive line. It all comes down to their offensive line, and that's why I think if you hire a guy based on his offensive line, such as Ben Johnson, who was acquired from a losing team and made offensive coordinator and became good the last 2 years. Go look at 3 years ago. We all laughed at him. So,
who
again? Ben Johnson.
Oh, I thought you were saying Dan Campbell, because Ben Johnson saved Dan Campbell.
We all laughed at Ben Johnson 3 years ago when they missed the playoffs. We're like, you guys fucking suck. We didn't laugh at him, but we laughed at the Lions.
Yeah, exactly.
So Ben Johnson in a developed team with a great offensive line is what has made Ben Johnson as much as the offensive line. So
when Ben Johnson was elevated to offensive coordinator, that's when the team saw success. It goes hand in hand. And I do agree it's the offensive line, which again, I think it's silly to root for the Lions. Yeah, when you root for the Lions and they say, "Oh, our offensive line is not that good," like it's pretty embarrassing stuff. Last comment I've got starred. Let's marry these two ideas. Let's hire Ben Johnson as the head coach and Josh McCown as the offensive coordinator. Danny, what do you have to say about that?
What?
On the screen, on the screen.
As TC says, how about Ben Johnson hiring Josh McCown as his offensive coordinator?
Let me ask you this.
Crap.
How would you feel if 5 years from now, 4 years from now, 3 years from now, Josh McCown was the head coach that took the fucking Jaguars to the playoffs and won the Super Bowl with them? And we all sat back. And we're sitting there with a dick in our hand
twice a day.
We're sitting there with our dicks in our hand going, well, at least we got the clock right once this time of the day, or at least the blind squirrel got the nut, but he's still blind and can't get another one. Or would you rather have like the guy that because you didn't allow the rest of the NFL to see what he has as a play caller, and you just leapfrog that process altogether with and hired him as your head coach, and then boom, it's us and not the Jaguars. Like, Ben Johnson to me he's just the hot name with he's in the perfect storm right now. And if you take him out of that perfect storm, I don't see him as being he's not the end all be all of the Lions. It's Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell will replace him with somebody else that can do the same thing. For me, it's Josh McCown because of his acumen, of what he's done, of what he's been through, what he's proven through the NFL, what his position requires in the NFL, and what it would translate to as a head coach. Fuck calling plays. He's already called plays. Just not professional, like not being the known play caller. He's the guy that sat back there and helped all the other starting quarterbacks. He's helped not many great ones, but Jay Cutler is a good one of mention. But it when you have been in that many offenses, I truly think that it helps you as a football player, as a head coach, as a play caller. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't need to see him call plays. I don't. I know he can. I believe he can. I'm more concerned with what he can do with this team as a head coach, as someone who holds the team together. Jason?
Oh, yeah, you've made your point. I kind of agree, but with everyone, because when everyone makes these cases for their person, it kind of makes sense. The problem is getting it all to fit together, isn't it? So who would you have as your DC if you get him as a? What would you do?
Saleh. Yeah, you got to move heaven and earth for Robert Saleh right now, in my opinion.
You got to keep the 4-3.
He plays 3-4, doesn't he? Yeah. So would you be willing to shift your?
No. He plays 4-3. It's just the 3-4 versus 4-3 argument's a bit old. You could always make the change, but I think that Saleh would just adapt to what the team has, and he's just a good defensive coordinator. So I was going to show Artur's comment real quick just regarding this. This comment from Artur should be laminated and put onto my poster board for why the Bears should trade for Sean McVay. Like, you got that out of Jared Goff? Give me McVay. Give up the top 5 pick for McVay.
For anyone in audio stream listening, Jared Goff threw for 4,600 yards with the Rams, and they had the worst offensive line and no run game in 2016. He
corrected it to 2019.
2019.
Yeah.
I don't even know if the Rams had McVay at that point, but my point still stands.
Yeah, it's 1 year on there.
Well, guys, we're going on 2 hours. Let's keep this to a short show. It's 4:00 in the morning for you, Jason?
4:10 in the morning. Yeah.
I want to keep you up.
Anyways, man, it's like 4 in the morning here.
This is the latest we've hung out in the last 2 weeks, Jason.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, I would go to bed.
Poor guys like going to bed at 10 o'clock. Like, all I want to do is hang out with you, and like we had like shuffleboard and pool and scotch in the basement, and you're like, I gotta go to bed. I'm fucking dying over here.
Yeah.
Like, all I want to do is hang out late with you, hang out.
Can you guys talk about this fumble play real quick? Because you guys were there in person. I don't know if you guys actually saw this or watched the replay back. I made a video on this. I'd be happy to show it on the screen while you guys talk. It won't get copyrighted, I don't think, either. It's 7-second clips.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
When this play was, remember I said to you, Jason, this play makes me want him as our head coach.
Yeah.
This fake fumble, fall down play, I was like, oh, it's brilliant.
But you can see he stole this from the Packers.
That's right.
He identified this from 1 year ago, right? So watch the action. He obviously fumbles it. And then you're going to get the over-the-head view clip next. Look at what the tight end does. It's the exact same pattern. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I thought it was from this year. But this was last year. So the exact same thing, and then the audio is just me blabbering. But you can see Ben Johnson, his whole coaching staff on it. They're saying fumble, fumble to try and get everything to buy in. Guy's naked. Thanks, Jonathan Owens. He's terrible. Once a Packer, always a Packer. Even the running back sells the fake. And then you see, watch him react. Him and Randall L. I think it's Randall L. right there. They're just going nuts.
Yeah. I said to you, Jason, like the following day, I was like, man, that's the guy I want as my head coach. But after a long ride home and thinking about all this, I don't.
Yeah, I do not want Ben Johnson. But in the little shorts that I made out of this, doesn't it feel like him doing that against the Bears? Like, it's a tendency against the Bears, right? So it worked best against the Bears. But why bust it out against the Bears at home when you're already winning?
Exactly what I put in your comments on your show. Yeah.
Doesn't it feel like he's trying to impress the Bears in a way?
Yeah, why didn't he keep that in his back pocket for the playoffs? Why didn't he
imagine this Sunday. Imagine if at any point they're losing and they're in like the 40 to 30 yard range, losing against Minnesota. Wouldn't it be nice to have a play like that against a blitz happy defense?
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Was he auditioning for the job? I don't know. Maybe.
It kind of felt like it, but
I kind of agree with Cliff here on that as well. It's not just one play with Johnson. He does creative plays multiple times a game. Caleb would be better.
He abuses the hook and ladder. That's for sure.
Yeah, but he just creates stuff, doesn't he? I don't know.
He does create plays. That's for sure. I'll give him that. But if he's not focused on just that one position,
that's what I was about to say, Shorty. Does he have the ability to be this creative when he has to, increase his workflow? We saw it firsthand, right? Everyone crowned Thomas Brown, called him the next Obama, and just said, charisma, accountability, you're the next head coach. Nope. As soon as he became the head coach, offense went to shit, team went to shit. So it could very well happen with Johnson too, and that does really scare me.
That's why I like Cade McNown, because I think he would.
Whoa! You said Cade. That's funny. It's Josh McCown.
Josh McCown. He would bring in the offensive coordinator that would be like-minded to him, and then if we lose him, it doesn't matter. He's the next guy up, follows his suit because he's already in the line of succession.
And it's why the whole team is important, isn't it? All three. The head coach,
once you have the quarterback, does the offensive coordinator matter all that much? Once you have the quarterback established, anyway.
That's where he plays against shit teams.
It's not established. That's the problem. We need him established.
Right. So
he should be rookie of the year. He's not
a good head coach who could bring in one offensive coordinator, could fix him, so to speak, and then hopefully that's it. Now that's going to sound real stupid when I talk about Jane Daniels because I don't think that he's any good, but.
Yeah, fuck Jane Daniels.
Do we want to cap this off with the Pro Bowl? I put a little thing together. We could just go through.
I saw that. Let's do that real quick.
Okay. So I don't know if you want me to stop at any point, but
Sam Darnold. You know what? Jared Goff to me should be in the MVP race. Why is he not?
Wait, I wonder if I still have that graphic. The way that his whatever stat that was. I don't know if it's adjusted QBR or something. He's right up there with Lamar Jackson and the Bills. Josh Allen is what I was trying to say. Anyway, I don't know if there's any names you want to point out specifically. You've got your wide receivers and your tight ends.
All deserving.
Yeah.
No Bears deserve any of those positions.
The offensive line, what a surprise. Is it only 2 Lions? Yes. So you've got the center Ragnow and the right tackle Sewell.
3 Eagles, isn't there, on the O-line?
Yeah, the Eagles fans are really loud right about now. They're clamoring about how they replaced Kelsey and who's the defensive tackle? Mason. It's not Graham. I don't know who it is, but you inject. It was Fletcher Cox. You replace him with Jalen Carter. Next slide here, I believe. Jalen Carter is your starter or he's a Pro Bowler. I don't know about starter, but that and Cam Jurgens, the Eagles were able to replace really quality players with more quality players. What a surprise!
Crazy because Javon Dexter was leading the pack over Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
Well, that was a flash in the pan, right? 4 sacks in 5 games. It always felt like fool's gold to me. Linebackers, what a surprise. Roquan Smith.
Khalil Mack. Ha, ha, ha. Joke's on us.
Cam Jurgens was a guy we were kind of, I don't know if you guys remember. I know PJ and I were kind of high. Hope that was one of the guys that we were hoping the Bears could draft, but not to be.
And then my lovely crafted safeties along with our one Pro Bowler, Jalen Johnson. Very much deserved, by the way.
PJ, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That one was deserved, absolutely.
A lot of Browns on this list, though. Like a lot of Browns.
Yeah.
Don't give a shit about the Pro Bowl anymore because they don't play the Pro Bowl game. It's like
it's not the same.
All Pro means more than the Pro Bowl to me now.
Yeah, the All Pro has always meant more, but yeah, it's all a popularity contest.
It's a popularity. That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah.
Well, guys, let's wrap this shit up after 2-17. Jason, it's been an honor to hang out with you in Chicago, my friend. And the next time we see each other in person, I promise it will be us in the UK hanging out with you.
Don't threaten the guy like that.
I promise.
Live air? You're threatening him?
Shit, I'm sorry, Jason.
Yeah. It was awesome, man. It was so cool. Again, thanks for the invite. Thanks to your amazing family, all of them. It was great to hang out, see people from, in the chat, like Steve, your cousin Steve, and Simon and Foster at the game as well. Just
farted on your face, Steve.
Sorry.
Such an amazing time. Great to spend your birthday with you and Christmas. And it was just an awesome trip. Great city. Shame about the football, but it's cool. It was a great time.
It was great for us, man. Friends for life now.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you going to do the British Bears on next Tuesday?
We'll try. Yeah, we'll see what's going on. I can manage it. I'm sure. I'm back to work on Wednesday. That's the reason I'm here tonight. Is I haven't got work tomorrow. I took the week off after I got back, so it's easy to hang out until 5 a.m. when I'm not going to work.
That was smart. Recovery.
Oh God, yeah, definitely. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, that was funny. We played a bit of Madden last night, didn't we?
Yeah, I got my ass kicked last night 2 times in a row by Jason.
The game's closer. You ripped it a couple of deep touchdowns, didn't you, in the second game? But it was just really funny that we were laughing because Kim then went to bed because obviously it was getting quite late, and she sort of gave me that sideways look and going, "Have you got a new best friend now?" It's hilarious, but thanks to all the kind words in the chat as well. Great, guys, it's really great to hang out with you. I don't get to normally stay up this late on a Thursday, so it's an absolute pleasure and an honor to spend my time with you great guys in person on the show and in the chat. So take care, everyone.
The pleasure is ours. Hey, we got another game coming up this weekend. You and I.
We certainly have. Yeah,
we kick your ass this weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
Of this British takeover.
What's going to happen to Bears-Packers game, huh?
Yeah, we're going to get our ass kicked.
Yeah, probably.
28-3 Bears.
How frustrating would it be, though? Because if the Redskins, if they win, that just guarantees the 6th seed. How annoying would it be for the Bears to beat the Packers and it takes us out of draft range to draft Mason Graham?
I have no hope. I don't care.
I don't think he'll be there at 9 anyway. I don't think he'll be there. But if we're 8 or 9, I really don't think he'll be there.
I don't know. I would just like
somebody won this weekend. Wasn't it the Raiders? They have the same record as the Bears now.
Yeah.
There is a possibility for the Bears to move up still, and I'm holding out for that, but we'll see.
King Buka World, happy New Year to you, my friend. Salute to you. Thanks for hopping in. We're closing it out, though, my friend.
Happy New Year.
I know it's an early show. Foster.
I would still like to have the Bears win this game just because.
Yeah.
When was the last time we won a game in Green Bay?
Take it as a University of Michigan fan. Beating your rival can make a shitty season feel a lot better.
Absolutely.
And we win the season on a win. We lose it. We end the season on a win, and we end the losing streak for the season and the losing streak for the Packers. That would be the
It'd be a little ball on the package, man.
I'm not going to call it though.
Yeah, it'll be a miracle, obviously, but we all want it, don't we? Yeah. Screw the draft position. It won't make a massive difference one spot.
Fuck Green Bay.
That's just
Fuck
exactly.
Green Bay.
Let's have that miracle on Sunday, but hopes are slim.
O'Toole, go get him on Sunday, man. Go get the Vikings, man. We're rooting for you.
Oh, fuck the Lions too.
Come on, your girlfriend's a Vikings fan.
Fuck Green Bay. Fuck the Vikings too. Fuck them all.
Shit. Fuck Green Bay.
Baker Mayfield got a blowjob behind a Cheesecake Factory. I want the fucking Buccaneers to win the Super Bowl.
I can't have the Bills, to be fair. I think it's Allen deserves one, man. Yeah.
Josh Allen, the Bills, absolutely sign me up every day.
Yeah,
he's the MVP. He deserves the ring. Give it to him.
We want to thank everyone
Fuck the Lions
for hanging out with us tonight in chat. Patty, Lara, O'Toole, Scottish Bear, Chad Spieger, Cliff Victoria, Plank, Antmis, King Buka World. You guys
Pookie Nation.
King Pookie Nation. You guys, Thigh and Smile. What's up, Carl? Busted Knee.
Fuck Ohio State.
Who else we got in here? Laz was in here. What's up, Laz? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Vernon Roseman.
Vernon Roseman. Thanks for having us.
Jeremy Munoz.
Plank.
Plankster.
Plank's everywhere. Legend.
Should mention for the audio listeners, Plank and Cliff Victoria are they? Is it called a subscriber or sponsors of the channel?
Subs.
They're both members.
Members. That's what it is. Members. Very well respected members. That is
for well respected BCP members. Thank you for becoming members.
Let's not be partial. Everyone in this chat spending their time with us.
Listen,
are very well respected.
Googly Bear, O'Toole, Busted. And listen, it's a Thursday night. You could be watching football right now. You're hanging out with us.
Incorrect. There's no football on.
There's no football.
Oh, even better.
That's why I'm here. No, I'm just kidding.
Jeremy Munoz popping at the end. What's up, Jeremy? Samo hanging out with us tonight. You guys are Fart Man, and Pan Dog, Aiden Walker, Sam. What's his last name? Sam from the tailgate. Aiden Walker, the tailgate.
Just want to say I hate that comment from Artur. I'm not putting it on the screen, but Artur, I just hate that comment. I strongly disagree with that.
Squeegee. Let's see. Tin Pan Dog. Armando Lara Jr. Petty Lara. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Chad Spieger. Did I say Scottish Bear already? Jack Mehoff.
Aiden Walker.
Gregory Stevens.
Who's the fart person?
Fart Man?
Yeah, shout out Fart Man.
I don't know, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. That's a great handle.
It's weird. Cliff Victoria was in the stream for almost the entire time, but we have not seen Don Burr, his alter ego. It's pretty weird, Cliff. Pretty weird. Wink, wink.
You guys are what makes the show go around. We appreciate you guys. Without you, we could not do this. We really couldn't. It would not be worth it because this team is so hard to talk about right now and has been every year for the last 3 years. But without you, it doesn't happen. So thank you guys in chat. We love and appreciate you guys. Aiden and Sam, it was great meeting you at the tailgate in section E. Excuse me.
Parking lot E.
That's from Jason. That's
out there meeting guys in the parking lot again.
Come on, Bob. It's hanging out in the hot.
Perfect time for me to say.
What, no super chats?
Here to hear this.
What, no super chats? We're trying to fucking walk to the game. Super chats? We're like, where the fuck is Foster? We turn back. He's like hanging out with Aiden and Sam, and he's like, come on, subscribe to the channel and blah blah blah. Hey, look, this is Jason from the UK and da 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 da. And they're both talking like, oh, we gotta go.
Yeah, but wait, we were going to the buses at that point. That's when I went back and asked him. I said, dude, what's the quickest, easiest way to get to the stadium? He's like, dude, just go right down the alley.
Yeah,
right down the alley, straight. You're gonna run.
You
right
had a man ask you to go down an alley, and you just.
I blindly went.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Gregory Stevens.
Did it work out?
There might be some good weed there or something.
Squeegee, thanks for hanging out with us again tonight.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
And Vernon Roseman.
There's so many to scroll through. You guys know who you are. You guys
and Scottish Bear is saying, "Hey, I missed the first hour. I'm gonna go back and watch the stream." That's pure Scottish Bear is BCP.
Yeah,
Scottish Bear, you are BCP.
Ill.
We need to get him on the British Bear show, don't we?
Scottish, get your email bearscountrypodcast@gmail.com and hop on the show with Jason and Foster.
Jason,
yes,
is Jason on Twitter?
No.
Oh, there's someone who followed me on Twitter. I need to share this with you. He's claiming he's a UK Bears fan in the UK.
Okay.
Maybe I'll have to share on Twitter with Shorty.
Yeah.
Okay. It'd be great to get some fans from overseas to hop on with Jason.
You may have to corner this guy, but I feel like he would do it.
Jason and what used to be Chris Watts, but Chris Watts is done with the Bears for this season. He can't talk about him anymore. So for the rest of this time, I don't know how many shows you're going to do, Jason, but Foster is there with you and as your co-host for the remainder of the time you want to do your seasonal show on BCP, Jason.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you for that, Foster. Carl, we appreciate you for running the show. You great job as always. Jason, it's been an honor to hang out with you. It's been an honor to meet you in person and become like true friends with you and break bread with you and all that jazz. And I can't wait to see you again in person in the UK.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Either that or
Tell your lovely fiance that we said hello.
Yeah, Jason, congratulations. Honestly, I was invited to hang out. I believe you guys called it Dance Missed it. And now after hearing the stories, I literally feel terrible.
You should.
I do feel terrible.
Next time.
I hope it's soon.
Any parting words?
Chris Wicks.
Is that no? Who is this? Is that Mo?
Oh, I'm trying to think of the Star Wars character.
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca. Any parting words?
This show's going downhill. Oh my god.
Is he having a stroke? Is he okay?
That was my Chewbacca, dude. What do you think about the Bears?
All right. I would ask for a score prediction, but who gives a fuck? This season's over.
Yeah. Bears 52, Packers
13 Bears.
If you guys want to do anything, just follow that link I sent. It's for the UK Bears fan, their Twitter account. Just kind of use the BCP reach and urge them. Give them a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Tell them that they want to be on it's the Tuesday show, right?
Tuesday,
British Bears?
Yeah, UK time. Yeah, British Bears.
Mr. Mayhem, thanks for joining us tonight. You are, again, one of our staples, our longtime listeners. You deserve a badge for how long you've been around, Mr. Mayhem. We love and appreciate you. Everyone else in chat, you know who you are. We love and appreciate you guys too. We'll see you on Tuesday with Jason and Chris Witz on the British Bears show at 3 p.m. Central Time, and then again with us. Are we going to do the All 22? I'm not sure. Who cares? But we'll definitely see you again next Thursday on BCP at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Love and appreciate you guys all. Happy New Year to all of you and your families. We love and appreciate you guys. And on a 1, 2, 3, let's end this shit on a
New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Bears.
Fuck the Packers.
Fuck the Packers.
Bears.